in baseball team fan or a Overlord?
Go Fox.
All right, all right, all right. You know what that means? That means it's another great time for the Thursday night throwdown with this special football edition because it's a very, very light card tonight. Joining me always, my boy D Money. Rich and the Cleveland Guardians are here in the house. We are ready to go. It looked like D changed shirts after he saw what I was wearing when I first saw him. What's up, Jump Shot? What's up, everybody? How we doing today? I know I'll let you go, Rich, first because I know you got a bunch of baseball plays that are ongoing. Though all of them look pretty good, so it's kind of hard for anybody to get on top of them. So.
Yeah. So let's take a look. So I was on the Indians. I was on the Cards. I'm on the Twins. First 5-team total over. So it's still 0-0 there. So you can still get on that if you want. Let's see. I was on the Giants money line. I'm on. Wow, all these games started already.
Yeah, they all started 7-10.
Yeah, it's Thursday is not a great night for baseball. So I'm on the Yankees and the A's under. I got 8.5. I don't know if the 8.5s are still out there. So Jameson Tyon's has been pretty good, and to be honest,
Do you like the Yankees money line?
No, I don't. I think the A's win the game. And I feel like when I saw the Yankees money line, like looks like about minus 120 or so, that gives me pause. Like that makes me question, like, why is the Yankees money line so close to even? And I feel like that's a game that the Yankees are going to lose. I feel like everybody's going to be on the Yankees tonight, and I don't think they win that game. The A's have been not great. Their offense has been kind of slumping. Caprillion is sneaky good at home, right? This Oakland Coliseum is a place to the unders, and Tyon's been very good. I feel like this Yankees A's game is probably like a 3-2, maybe 4-1 kind of game. So, and the Yankees bullpen has been fantastic, and the A's also their bullpen has also been very good. So I like the under. Yanks A's. I got 8.5. I think those are still out there right now if you want to get that. And Mariners Royals. I've been actually riding both of these teams. So having them together, I like the over on the first five over 4. Kikuchi and Keller, neither have really been spectacular. If you want to take one team, like if you want to bet it, like if I'm betting on a team, I'm betting on the Mariners to win the game. But they're minus 160. I don't like the price on the Mariners to actually win the game. So, give me the first 5 over. Keller and Kikuchi, Mariners Royals first 5 over 4.
Mariners Royals first 5 over. What was the number that you got?
I got 4.
That's not bad. I'm on something on the WNBA, but I'm not sure you can get on it. I'm trying to see what the score was. Not off to a great start off. Yeah, they got 30 points. I took the Connecticut Sun minus 6.5 for the first half. Actually, you can still get that. So I'm going to go ahead and give that.
I will.
I'm going to go ahead and give that.
I will probably have some. I'll probably have some KBO later. I will. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. I will probably have some. I'll probably have some KBO later. Sorry, I think that's me. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. I will probably.
I took care of it. I know what it was. Rich, lost you here. 1 second.
All right. I
There
said
you are.
I said I started golfing about 4 o'clock, so I have been drinking for several hours now. So things might get a little sideways, like not yellow sideways, but pretty sideways.
All right, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, Texas finally scores. St. Louis looking to blow this open early. And that's the one thing. I mean, you look at the lines in the WNBA games, and they start off right now at like 13. And I don't see some of these teams being better than 13-point favorites. D, can you hear me?
Yeah, I was just lagging a little bit. I could tell because Rich was speaking, and then 5 minutes later, he was answering my question. So,
okay. Well, some of that also, I had a YouTube clip still on buried in one of the other channels, so he was getting some echo. That's going through. Let's see what the chat's got to say.
I gotta send the link out, or did you already do that?
I sent the link out. Yeah, the Dodgers, my buddies. So they had a book in New Jersey that had a free bet up to $5,000. But if you lost, you had to bet the amount that you lost, which means basically, for example, you could do a $2,000 bet. If it wins, you win $2,000. If it loses,
you got to bet another two.
You got to bet another $2,000. So your deposit of $2,000 you couldn't pull until essentially you bet $2,000. So there was matching deposits, and they took the Dodgers last night, which looked to be a really bad bet until around 3 a.m. in the morning. Was a sweat, but as he put it, they got free rent for a month. Out of it, and then they're still probably going to bet the $2,000 anyway. So his tonight's bet is he's done a parlay. That's our boy Rob, friend of the show. He's done the Dodgers again tonight. I know you don't want to hear that, with a Giga KO prop for 200 wins $1,000.
Oh my god!
I feel like the entire world is going to be on the Dodgers tonight, and I think the Padres are going to win this game. And
there we go, Rich. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, okay, so, I mean, you look at the game, right? You look at the game on the surface. The Padres are slumping. You've got starting pitching advantage is on the Dodgers side, obviously. The Dodgers, I mean, they're flying high right now, so everybody's going to be on the Dodgers.
Yep.
I think Padres win this game tonight. I really do. I'm kind of like an anti-Padres game guy because I don't really ever seem to bet the Padres games correctly. Gun to my head, Padres win this game tonight.
Okay. Java. I can see that. Java. I'm trying to remember what I took. I took a WNBA play in the first half as well, and I can't remember who I actually took.
-6.5 Suns.
Well, I took that, but I took another one. I took a over 72.5.
Just a little PSA. When you're making your bets and stuff, make sure you're actually betting the right fucking thing. Because
the one guy kept betting the Jags, the Jags over.
I bet the Jags over 7.5 wins. I don't know how that fucking happened. Fucking Bovada moved the over to the right hand side, and it's always under. And I hit that, and I'm like, man, that doesn't seem right. Like that number seems really good. And then I looked at it, and I'm like, oh my god, I bet the Jags over 7.5 wins, and they're not giving me a cash out, and I guess I'm gonna be a fucking Jags fan. I don't know. Like,
you can't cash out. That's right.
There's zero chance. There's basically like a 99.9% chance that the Jags don't win 7.5 games.
I mean, we're gonna get into that, but my biggest thing I want to sit there and talk about is the extra game is really screwing up the total. So, like, I mean, we'll get into the total. So, I mean, like, we could go down, and I said this is going to be the football show, so we're going to talk a lot of football.
Sure.
So, I mean, we could dive right into it now, or we can go through a little bit more baseball. That's up to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I know we want to talk a little football, and I know we want to talk a little college football, a little NFL, but just a personal for me. I bet that Jags win total, and I accidentally hit the wrong side because they fucking switched them on me. So you're betting win total.
Here's what's you got going for you. The Jags defense is decent. It's not all world. It's not terrible. It's decent. They've still got some playmakers on there. The offense, Laviska Shenault, is everybody's darling to have a massive year. That could happen. The old question is going to be who's going to block for him, and does Lawrence have enough time to find somebody?
So, just my quick breakdown of the team. You've got a rookie head coach. You've got a rookie quarterback. You've got a bad offensive line, and you've got a bad defense. This team is a fucking 3-win team if I've ever fucking seen them.
I don't think they're a 3-win team.
They might play the Texans.
So who are they going to beat? Like they play the Texans. The Texans twice. They play the Texans twice. That's a big plus, right? So outside of that, who are they beating?
I mean, they play the Bengals.
I don't think they beat the Bengals.
I'm just telling you, but that game's going to be close. It's
okay,
not
all right, it'll be close.
It's a game where you could win. And in football, how the ball bounces, you can win. I mean, teams win a game every year that no one thinks they're going to be in.
Okay, but you take
when I look at and I was going to go this. When I look at overs and totals and look at that, I'm constantly looking at the schedule. All right, these three I think are wins. These three are going to be close games. They could go either way. Are there enough close games that could go their way?
Right.
To make the win.
Not with the schedule.
But you don't know. I mean, you can play the Seahawks without Russell Wilson. That's a totally different team.
Yeah,
you can play.
But you're betting on
right.
I mean, I'm betting on an injury, but yes, I'm not saying it's a great bet at 7.5. But I also wonder, like I said, if this was 6.5.
It's a terrible bet at 7.5, and I wish I would have been fucking paying attention when I made it.
I would put the Jags at a 6.5 number. I'm shocked. By the way, I will already tell you, I already took the Jags under 7.5.
I will. I would probably bet my house that the Jags don't win 5 games.
Well, here's your question. Okay,
it's very tough. It's very tough to win games.
So
this. Their schedule is really, really tough. I like it. Let's go by it.
Let's dive into it because we can dive in. There's 100 different things we can dive in. I'll flat out tell you the things I'm not diving into, but you guys are welcome to dive in. Passing yards, passing TVs, receiving TVs, receiving yards, rushing TVs. The reason why is I lost a lot of bets last year before they even started because the guy got hurt by week 3.
Sure.
and I'm not doing that again. So I'd rather take the team where if they lose a guy, Chad Henne can still win a game. I'm not to mean to put the kibosh on it, but that's kind of where I would sit there and say. So it's Super Bowl. Let's talk about Super Bowl pick. Okay. Not to say who's going to win it, who's got value, who's your best pick to be able to take, things of that. So when I look at the current odds and I sit there and have the way I look at it, if I was going to bet anybody to win the Super Bowl, now D's not going to like this and has nothing to do with the Bucks. Let me just tell you straight off. There's no way I would bet an AFC team. There's no value.
He's tough. Yeah. AFC.
There's no value. There's too many teams in the AFC that you got the Ravens, you've got the Bills, you've got the Chiefs, you've got a San Diego team that most teams are probably not going to want to play come the playoffs. I think you're going to have a very good Dolphin team that could be there. And then you got the Titans, who is another team who is already proven every year you don't want to play in the playoffs. But in the NFC
team, they got COVID.
In the NFC, I think it's a 2-horse race. I think it's Green Bay versus Tampa in the NFC Championship game, and I would put that on that mark without out of bat. I don't see anybody else. The only team I can see that possibly could get in the mix is my dark horse, which I did take to win the Super Bowl or make the NFC Championship game, is the Rams.
Green Bay. And
anyone in that division with the Rams, I believe, is a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah. That NFC West division is very tough.
Like I sit there and you look at, I mean, we're gonna go division by division, and then we're gonna go. But I would just say, if I was making a Super Bowl bet, I'd make the bet on the NFC with the Bucks and the Packers, so one of them is going to be there. If you want to take a dark horse shot and take like the Cowboys, the problem is that defense isn't stopping anybody.
No,
they may get better in offense, but that defense is terrible. The Rams at plus 900 though it has value.
Yeah,
because if Stafford gives them the quarterback they need, not that Goff has been terrible, because he's never been terrible. No matter what you say, he's never put up terrible numbers. He's won games. His receivers have got into banks. The question I wonder on them, how soon can Sony Michel take over the starting job?
In LA?
Yes, Sony Michel was traded this week.
Yeah.
But that's the one weakness I look at that team is their run game.
Yeah, Sony Michel is not very fucking good. I know.
I disagree. Sony Michel did perfectly fine in New England, and then they quickly got passed off. I don't think he's not Cam Akers in any way, shape, function, or form. Right. But he's a solid back. He's a Gus Edwards type back. He could do the job.
Yeah, but I don't know that Sony Michel or Darrell Henderson is a bell cow, right? I mean, they might work very well together.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Rams feel like Darrell Henderson is not a bell cow. Otherwise, they wouldn't have traded for him.
Agreed. Yep.
So, I don't know. I like Darrell Henderson, but I also feel like he's not really a bell cow. And that Rams offense previously has been very run heavy, right? They've been very heavy on the run game. I don't know that they really have to be that with Stafford. A lot of moving pieces here. You've got Stafford coming in, you've got Henderson being the starter.
And that's the question mark I have with this team is their ability to run the ball, but their passing game is going to be fine.
Yeah.
And you're going to have Van Jefferson now in year 3. You're going to have Cooper Kupp. Robert Woods is probably going to have a great year with Stafford at quarterback. Hey, they lose Gerald Everett, but they had about 7 tight ends anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I love Woods. I love Higbee. I love Kupp. Like all those guys. And I mean, you bring Stafford in, and people think that, Stafford and Goff, you look at them and you're like, maybe these guys are kind of the same. Stafford has been doing better than what Goff has been doing in the Lions offense, which is fucking terrible. like Stafford is one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league who's been on a terrible team literally every year. Like Stafford he's a fantastic quarterback. Like I really hope Stafford does well in LA. I
do. I will give you a big fantasy sleeper, possible sleeper. If he's ever given the chance to win the job, watch out for Jake Funk.
I mean, we're doing the fantasy league, right? Why don't you giving the sleepers away before we even draft?
Oh, this would be a deep sleeper. He's asleep, especially trading for Sony Michel. And the only reason I say Jake Funk, so Jake Funk is 5'10", 205, runs a 4.3. He was Maryland's running back. He's fast as anything. He's got some moves. He's kind of one of those guys there. I think Sean McVay is going to find some great ways to put Jake Funk and get him involved here. Other guy I like, when healthy, I expect Tutu Atwell to really help out that passing game. So, all right, moving on. You mentioned the Saints. We'll go right to there. NFC South. As long as Tom Brady is healthy, the Bucs are winning the NFC South. They lost nobody. They absolutely lost nobody. They should technically be a better team. They added to their team. The issue I have with the Saints, I think Jameis is going to have a decent year. I think the Saints are going to be able to put up points. Their defense, though, is going to have to carry them. And I don't see him being the Bucs. Atlanta is going to go through a transition. It'll be interesting to see if they hold on to Matt Ryan the whole time, or they try to jettison him. The problem is going to be matching that cap to anybody numbers. And I'm interested to see what Carolina. I think Carolina's going to be an 8-8, 9-8 team.
Carolina's the second best team in that division.
I think them and the Saints are going to compete back and forth.
I know.
I think you're underestimating the Saints defense. The Saints defense is going to keep them in games and win them games.
I don't think so.
Their front four is deadly.
I mean, I'm not an anti-Saints guy, but I feel like the Saints offense is going to lose them more games than their defense is going to win them.
Well, that's going to be the question. Can Jameis not throw the ball away? I mean, if he's able to make the smart reads like he's done in preseason, granted it's preseason, I think they'll be able to move the ball. I think Traquan Smith, Marcos Callaway, there's enough guys who can make plays. They're not going to be all-world guys. I think Michael Thomas will eventually come back. But I turn around and you look at the defensive side of the football. Cameron Jordan is a good player. I love Marcus Davenport. You add Quan Alexander to the defense with Demario Davis. Malcolm Jenkins is still there. Marcus Williams and PJ Williams will be back. That'll be their nickel corner. And Marshawn Lattimore should be fully healthy this year. So I think they'll battle Carolina because I think Carolina's question is, can they stop anybody? I think Carolina's going to be an exciting team to watch. They're going to put up points. I think Sam Darnold's going to prove the Jets that they probably shouldn't have passed on him. But
I mean, Sam Darnold was tied to Adam Gase, and
sure.
we all know that Adam Gase ruins careers. So,
Arthur Smith, Coach of the Year. I'll take that with any bet you would like.
So, I don't like. I feel like Tampa Bay doesn't really have I feel like they have a cakewalk.
Correct. I feel they have a cakewalk getting in, so it's going to be a question is just making sure Brady's healthy, and getting there. But I mean, that's the thing in all these footballs. If the starting quarterback goes down on almost any of these teams, they're not winning.
Well, you've got a Tampa Bay team who's probably probably like a 12-win team, and then you've got 3 other teams that are probably like 500 plus or minus 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, it's tough to do. That extra game is really screwing me up.
I know. Same here.
I looked at a lot of things in like 10.5, and I was like, okay, I'd take 10.5 for an extra game. because I think they're about 11, 12 win team. But I mean, I like the Bucks to win that division. I don't think it's there. AFC West, I think it's going to be fun. Cardinals, 49ers, Rams, Seahawks. If you ask me who wins the division, it's whoever plays defense. If the Niners are fully healthy, maybe their defense shows up, but they haven't been able to be healthy yet. I would not. There's nothing you can do to get me to bet that anything in that division, because I think they all beat the crap out of each other. I think they all basically 1-1 against each other.
NFC West.
Yes.
So I would say NFC West and the AFC North are the two toughest divisions of football. You've got you have legitimately 3 teams in each division that probably should make the playoffs.
Yeah. All right. Anything to add on that, D? Are you good?
It's a toss up for that division at least. If my biggest lean would be the Rams. They may, obviously they have Stafford and they got AD, Ramsey. That's my biggest lean. My thing was don't sleep on the Cardinals. They have every piece that they need. They just need the quarterback to do his job.
They've looked really, really bad in the preseason. The Cardinals look terrible.
Well,
I'm a big Kyler Murray guy, and I'm a big I love that Cardinals team and I love that Cardinals offense. They have looked fucking terrible.
He needs to go. I think he's pooping at the front door.
And I mean, so I feel like the Rams, the Rams in the NFC West, Rams
he just ran around and then he looked like he was kneeling at the front door.
San Francisco, I mean, any of those teams could really win that division. So if you can get plus numbers on any of those teams to win the division, I would take it probably.
I mean, if you look at the numbers, and I had the numbers out, and I looked at it, and I mean, the issue that I have in that division is the Cardinals' defense is the key. So they're young guys. I will tell you that preseason they looked terrible. Kyler Murray said he didn't care. That's kind of one thing I'm kind of thinking.
He didn't want to play in the preseason, and it fucking looked like it.
So,
which is not something I want to see out of a guy that's in his, in his second year or third year, whatever.
But the guy that's looked really, really good in the preseason is Isaiah Simmons.
Okay. Yeah.
And if he's able to give them a ferocious defensive linebacker, because he was all over. He was covering slot receivers. That's the profile. That's the profile for Simmons, right? It's a hybrid, weird. Yes.
Yeah. It's a guy who can cover receivers and a guy who can also blitz. I mean, that's why Simmons was like that. He was like that guy that nobody really knew. Like, what is this guy? Is he a linebacker? Yeah. Is he a corner? Can he, put his hand in the ground? He can do all that.
He's second coming of Adelius Thomas.
Yeah.
David Collins, the rookie out of TCU, looks like a beast in the middle. And then you add J.J. Watt to that team. If that team can play defense and Kyler Murray can actually hit the broadside of a barn with a pass, they're an interesting take at plus 400.
Yeah. I don't feel like I don't know. I don't feel like the Cards are if I was betting on a team to win that division, it would not be the Cards. They're a fun team to watch. I like the Cards.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be in the games. It's a question, can they make that last play? But I'm not betting the Rams at plus 15. I'm not betting the Niners at plus 130. And I'm going to take the Seahawks at plus 200. The only value in that division at this point is Arizona plus 400.
Yep.
That's the only value if you were going to take to win the division. Because they could clearly win the division. And like I said, I think the teams go 4-4. I think they all beat each other once.
I'm pretty sure they did it last year.
I mean,
yeah.
And I'm sure you guys probably don't want to hear it, but at some point in the very near future, Trey Lance is going to be the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. I would say.
Then I would reduce their win total.
I would say probably before week 3. And so the thing that I think about
here's the one thing you said. You say that, but the last game, Trey Lance looked terrible. He looked like he 100% wasn't ready for the preseason game.
So when I hear that they're putting in packages for Trey Lance to basically be in every game, like they do for Taysom Hill,
yep,
I feel like he's a guy, and I'm an anti-Taysom Hill guy. I don't like Taysom Hill. I hated when Taysom Hill was on the field, like taking snaps away from Drew Brees. I feel like Trey Lance is a guy that you're going to get on the field, and he's going to fucking flash just like he has in the preseason, and you're not going to be able to keep that dude off the field. Like, Jimmy Garoppolo isn't fucking keeping anybody off the field. That dude he's a mediocre quarterback. He's not terrible. He's not lighting anything up, right? He's not Joe Montana, but he's not
solid.
Tyrod Taylor, right?
He's solid. People forget that Jimmy Garoppolo took them to the Super Bowl.
Oh God!
On the back end of that defense, why? By just not making mistakes.
And he couldn't throw a fucking 40-yard pass. Those dudes wide open.
Don't remind me about
that.
5 units.
But
Jimmy Garoppolo can't fucking win a goddamn game when they're up fucking 3 touchdowns or whatever.
So think of this though. So Jimmy G has to deal with the Lions and the Eagles week 1 and week 2. You think he'll get by? I think he'll get by. I don't think they're gonna put Trey Lance against the Packers, and then they play the Seahawks, and then they play the Niners. So
I think you're realistically shot for Trey Lance is week 7. Here's the issue. It's basically what you just said of that schedule. If they're 4-1, they're not making the decision.
No, I agree.
And they'll beat the Lions. They'll beat the Eagles. The Packers game is at home, so who knows? That's a Sunday night game. We'll be doing that game. The Seahawks and Cardinals, like we already said, they're going to be iffies. So it'll be very interesting to see what they do. And then my issue with Trey Lance, I love Trey Lance to this. And when they say they're bringing packages, that tells me they're going to slowly bring him along and just get him involved in the game to justify what they gave up for him. And let him get in the spot of reading defenses, because in the preseason, until they make the switch to the third stringers, when he came in with the first string still on the field last week, he looked lost. They didn't move the ball. You had false start penalties constantly. You had a lot of – there was miles to go before he starts an NFL game. I think week 7 is your best with Trey Lance. And it may literally not be week 7, maybe week 8 versus the Bears. That might be the game. So, I mean, I think it's half a season. So there – and, again, if they're 4-1 – it might be even farther. It might be, hey, we're going to let him play against the Jaguars. He'll win that game.
I mean, so I guess it would depend on, and I haven't really dug into the college quarterbacks. Who is coming out next year? Like, are there a lot of college prospects coming out next year? Personally, I can't think of any offhand, but I haven't really done a lot of research on that.
Most people, and this is not a homer in me saying it, but I'm going to sit there and say it. They believe D'Eriq King could be the face of college football this year.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
And for the reason, because he did a lot. I mean, if you look at the guys who are going to come out next season, it's going to be Spencer Rattler's probably going to leave Oklahoma early.
Okay.
He's the odds-on favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. Oklahoma scored 700 points. They don't play any defense, so that's why they have 700 points.
I know we haven't really dug into any college football, but Oklahoma is going to be fucking fantastic. They're going to be a very good team this year.
But Sam Howell will also probably come out early from North Carolina. Howell's a beast. That's the only reason why North Carolina's ranked in the top 10. Malik Willis will probably come out. He's Liberty's starting quarterback. I believe he started at Syracuse or Virginia. I couldn't remember where. Left there. And the Sloman Shield will come out. Kadon Slovis from USC, who will also put up tons of yards and points. Okay. So those will be your 4 big college quarterback. All 4 are expected to be possible number 1s.
Okay.
Of course, I guess there's 7,800 NFL opening starting quarterback positions open every year.
Everybody's looking for the next best thing, right? Everybody wants a guy to come in and fucking take them to the Super Bowl.
But I think sometimes they go too quick. I mean, you like the whole Sam Darnold thing. It's like it sometimes takes guys a couple of years to figure out what's going on.
Dude, I like Darnold. I liked – so Darnold and Baker were drafted in the same year, right?
The Indians just gave up the lead.
Wow.
The 4-0 lead is gone.
Just – we're okay. We're okay.
Hey, we're talking football over here, Fox.
Yeah.
I am, but we are a live show, so we have to look for live opportunities.
By the way,
jump back
I'll throw something in there. Mookie Betts is activated off the IL.
Okay.
And what would you like me to bet? The first 3 times he strikes out?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
So I think I like Darnold. Like, I like Darnold coming out of college. I like Darnold. If I was making the pick when it was, the Browns were on the clock or whatever, I would have taken Darnold. But Darnold fell in the Adam Gase fucking just shithole, right? I mean, Adam Gase just ruins careers. And Darnold he's young, right? He's younger than Baker. He's like, what, 23? I mean, he was young when he came out. He's still, the 1 year he had the mono thing going on. I feel like Darnold is still a guy who can be a good quarterback in this league. And I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of teams have given up on him. I don't think he's a terrible player. I think he's a good quarterback who can be something if anybody gives him a chance. So hopefully we see him do something this year. Carolina, right? In Carolina?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see him do something in Carolina. He's got fucking Christian McCaffrey and, Matt Rule and a good offense. Let's see him do something.
Indians got runners at the corners with 2 outs, trying to get us back to this. The Connecticut Sun lose the first half. I'm taking them minus 4.5. They were 12-point favorites coming into the game.
Did you say they lose the first half?
They lose the first half, yep. They were 12-point favorites. They're down 3. I like it at the better number. 4.5 is a nice number. I had the over 72.5 in the first half, too, in that cash, so I just went 1-1, so.
How about the fucking Phillies being down 2-0 to the D-backs? That's cool, huh?
We talked about you never want to play the D-backs. The D-backs are basically right now spoiler city, and they're loving it. I mean, they're in their 200-yard batting average, and they're just beating them. The Pirates actually scored some runs. We got 10 runs in the 3rd inning in the Cardinals-Pirates game.
Good. Let's go for it.
So, all right, moving on. Let's talk about the best division, NFC North. We got the Lions returning NFC North championships with the Vikings coming second. No, I'm joking.
So we don't really have to talk about the Bears, and we don't really have to talk about the Lions. So
yeah, I think the Bears defense will get them to around 7 to 8 wins. I do think they still get to 7 to 8 wins. They surprise people at different times. If you want to ask me, when do I think Justin Fields plays? I think they start off the season with a loss against the Rams. That's the Sunday night game. We'll be doing that game. And then the big game is going to be that Bengals game. If Andy Dalton doesn't beat the Bengals there, they'll lose the Browns. That's 0-3. I see basically then they go to Justin Fields versus the Lions.
I think Justin Fields plays week 2.
He's not ready to play week 2.
Because I think the Bears probably get embarrassed week 1, and that's Sunday Night Football, right?
Yeah. Yep, that's a Sunday Night Football game. But I think their defense prevents them from getting embarrassed all year.
So
unless Andy Dalton throws the ball to the other team.
So I think the Bears get beaten pretty badly in week 1, and I would say Justin Fields is probably in week 2.
I think you're dreaming. I think especially what I've read.
That's fine. I think the Bears want.
I think the fans want them to happen in week 2. From what I'm reading in the Bear report, he's not ready.
All right. I mean that might well be, but Justin Fields' upside is way far and away better than what you're getting from Andy Dalton. Like Andy Dalton's an 8-8 quarterback right now.
Yep, agreed.
So I think they're going to take a cue from the fans, and I think Matt Nagy knows that this is probably if that team's not a 9-7 team this year, or whatever the math was.
No,
9 and whatever. If they're not a winning team this year, Matt Nagy knows that he's done.
No,
right? They've spent a lot of money. Justin Fields is going to be the quarterback on that team. Andy Dalton is a fucking placeholder, right? We all know that. I mean,
correct. But you also have a spot where you just had a number 1 draft pick that you threw into the field too early, and people think that wrecked him. To me, you know my feeling on this. I still think Mitch is a good quarterback. He's shown it in the preseason. He has lit everybody up when he's played on that Bills team, and I think he's going to get another shot soon on another team very soon.
I think what Justin Fields brings to that offense, that running dynamic, I think he's a 70 to 80 yard rushing attempt guy.
I think that's what his advantage is, because Dalton's going to be running for his life like the last 3 Bear quarterbacks that have been there. And they haven't improved the offensive line, and they're expecting different results.
Fields is a 4-4 guy. He's a 4-4 guy you're bringing in, and he's going to be one read and go, right? And the difference is that Dalton's going to be one read and fucking throw it away, right? He's throw it away, throw it to the other team.
Yeah.
I feel like Fields is going to be able to create.
He gives him another way to move the sticks. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's going to be very apparent when they have them both out there, right?
Yeah. But I think the Packers walk away with the division. I think the Vikings, though, are a sneaky team to watch. The only question, again, is going to be quarterback play from Kirk Cousins, the health of Dalvin Cook.
Who won the division last year, right? Packers?
Packers won the division last year.
And Minnesota was second?
Yeah. Minnesota's problem is, their number 1 draft pick they picked up, Christian Darrisaw's already hurt. He's going to miss some time. Defensively, remember, they tried to tank last year, and Minnesota kept on winning games.
Yeah.
They traded off some of their better players, and they continued to win games.
So does the Vikings defense improve this year? Because I know Zimmer has.
They got Patrick Peterson. It's got to.
So Zimmer has traditionally been a great defensive head coach, and last year they were allowing 31 plus points a game. That was the biggest reason why Minnesota's offense was so productive, was because the defense was so bad.
Yep. You had to sit there. The key things are that they add Bashaud Breeland to the cornerback. You add Patrick Peterson. Those are things that has to improve the defense. You still got a good front 4 in name. You still got Danielle Hunter. You've got Everson Griffin. You still got Sheldon Richardson. Now, some of those guys may just be a name nowadays. But You have some guys there. A healthy Dalvin Cook changes that entire offense. As long as the receivers stay healthy, which both of them are listed as injured, they could be the dark horse team. They could be the dark horse team to me to make the NFC Championship. They're one of the interesting plus 1,700 bids that you can put in right now to make the NFC Championship.
They were a team that started off very, very badly, right?
Yeah.
They started off like 0-5 or 1-6 or something.
Yeah, we just took the over every week. It was like the Vikings there, we'll take the over.
But
and they finally started giving you like 50s, 56, 57, 60. And it was like, all right, now we're not.
Like Mike Zimmer's defense traditionally has been very good. Like his defenses have been good. So, I mean, I would say you probably regress back to that. Last year was, I would say, an anomaly, right? You've got a lot of guys out with, various injuries, COVID, et cetera, et cetera. So I would say Minnesota probably regresses back to what they've been in the past, which is, you've got to dial back. You've got to dial back Cousins. You've got to dial back Justin Jefferson. Kind of turn those guys down a little bit. Maybe you get a little more Dalvin Cook, right? You get a little more rushing if they're ahead in games. So I don't know. I think the Vikings are.
You're getting a minus 140 for them to win the division, D?
Oh, that was already placed.
Okay. I got a minus 220 now.
Vikings?
Wow. I mean, we can go back. Let me see what they placed it, because I posted it in the NFL chat, the picks channel.
Yep.
On July 30th.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely you got the good value on that right now. I mean, we're getting minus 140. The Indians don't score any runs. The Marlins are beating the crap out of the Nationals, and the Red Sox are beating up the Twins 4-0. We actually have even had the Canadian Football League game postponed today. All right, let's talk. I'm shocked to see the second team that's favored in this division. NFC East. You got the Cowboys at minus 130, the Eagles at plus 340, the Giants at plus 210, and the Washington at plus 150. Right now, I see there's absolutely no value to take any of those teams.
Yeah.
We're
back in the other division with the Niners and Seahawks and everybody. That's what I feel like.
Well, at least you got one team at plus 400. I mean, to me, the Giants could win this division, or the Redskins could win this division.
No. Who would you pick? Division, like you have
Washington.
One winner. Who are you picking?
Washington.
Wrong. I don't think so.
Let me put it this way. Washington has the best defense of any of those teams. Washington has the three most exciting offensive players in any of those teams. They can match up versus any of those teams. Washington's offense, if Fitzpatrick has a good year, is going to be great. You have Gibson, you have McLaurin, you have Logan Thomas.
Oh, man.
All three of those are going to put up better years than they had under previous quarterbacks.
You beating the drum for my boy?
I took the Terry McLaurin every single year before when you were taking receiving yards there. You would take receptions. I would take yards. You have no fact that I have no issue about Terry McLaurin. Yes, he's a Ohio State guy. We try not to hold that against him. And Logan Thomas went to Virginia Tech, and he was a quarterback there. But Logan Thomas is the next Travis Kelce. If you don't see it, you're not watching the games. He lined up more on the slot than he did inside than any other player in the league. That tells you right there he's involved in the end zone. Then the Skins also have a bunch of little sleepy guys that you haven't heard
Washington football team.
We're going to call them the Skins. Okay, my wife said the WFT. We'll say the WFT. You add Curtis Samuel to that offense. That's going to be good. Two guys I like that can still actually produce. Cam Sims is a very, very sneaky guy. Tends to continue to produce. The only downgrade I see in this entire team is they added Eric Flowers to the offensive line. Of course, yes, he did go to Miami, but everywhere he goes, he blows. You got the best front four in the game that are going to get after the quarterback. You had Kendall Fuller with there, another year of Landon Collins. William Jackson comes over. The whole question's quarterback play. If you get decent quarterback play out of Fitzpatrick, I think they're going to have. What's up, Anthony? We're going to get into that Nebraska game where me and Rich are on two different sides. But we will get into that. And then I look at the Giants. And the way I look at the Giants here, it's feel like we're beating that horse, but you've got Daniel Jones getting all the weapons. Basically, this is the year for them to find out if Daniel Jones is a good quarterback or he's just
Danny Dimes stinks.
And
he's
Danny Dimes
Jones is a bum.
I don't know if he's a bum, but we're going to find out if he's a bum because he's got more weapons, including rookie Kadarius Toney, who I think is going to be on a lot of teams' fantasy rosters come the end of the year. You went out, you still have Leonard Williams that you kept. Another year, James Bradbury. Adoree Jackson comes over from the Tennessee Titans. Logan Ryan comes over from there. You still have Jabril Peppers. They're a solid team if their offense can perform. You also had Saquon Barkley, of course. They're a team that win. I wouldn't sit there and say my problem with the Cowboys is they're not going to stop anybody. Ezekiel Elliott's going to have a great year. It's a contract year. CeeDee Lamb's going to be the number one receiver because he's going to be the only Cowboy receiver who holds onto the football consistently. I think Michael Gallup actually probably takes over the spot from Amari Cooper. That offense is going to score points. Dak's going to look fine. Though their defense couldn't stop my mother. And she wouldn't know what their name. So it's a
Cowboys defense is going to be real bad. But if Dak can stay healthy, I love Cooper. I love the Cowboys offense. Their defense is going to be fucking terrible. But
they're going to be in 35 to 31 games. They're going to be a great team to bet over.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. As long as Dak is healthy, that team is going to be a fucking over team. They're going to be over 50, 60 points every game.
And again, that puts them right around a 9-win team. 9-8. It's going to be a interesting thing. I don't see 10-7. I think that division is going to be brutal. I think it's going to be like the NFC West, like Dee was saying. I think all these teams have a chance. I think every one of those teams has improved over last year.
They're going to be like the NFC West, except every team in that division is going to be fucking terrible. Like they're 500 teams, right?
Like every
team in that division is mediocre at best.
Yeah. The biggest thing is the value. I'm not betting on the Eagles. I'm definitely not betting on the Giants.
One team to
and it's the Cowboys.
Give me one team to win the division. Who wins the division?
Washington.
Philly. Give me Philly.
You're gonna clip it. You're gonna clip this in December.
You're taking Philly.
Give me Philly. Give me Jalen.
Are you sure you didn't go to Alabama? Because all you keep naming is good Alabama players.
Give me Philly and give me Jalen Hurts. The Oklahoma quarterback. Give me Jalen Hurts.
Oh, we're calling the Oklahoma quarterback? All right. I like Hurts as well. I've kept him in fantasy. You know that. But, that team's as good as Miles Sanders stays healthy, which has never happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a division that is very, very close because all of those teams are very bad.
Except Washington could shut down every one of those teams. Every single one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Those teams' defense can't hold a candle. The only thing I don't love about Rivera is when it's the end of the game and there's 2 minutes left and you're down by 10, he doesn't call timeout. He just says the game's over. We lost. He did that more times last year than ever. That I like. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, of the 4 teams in that division, I think Rivera's.
Because if you like the Eagles are plus 340. But
I mean, between Rivera and who is it? Peterson? Who's Philly's head coach?
Peterson's gone.
Who's Philly's head coach?
I don't even know.
It's Saliano or Salciano.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
He's like he's a new guy. He's about your age.
All right. So okay. So gun to my head, yeah, I would probably take Washington too.
Okay.
You thought Peterson was still there?
Dude, I don't know. That division was fucking terrible. It was so bad. Every team sucked.
So what you're saying, you didn't do your prep. All right, let's go AFC East. We got the Patriots, Bills, Jets, and Dolphins. We all think the Bills are going to win it, and the Bills are being priced like they're going to win it by 3 games. The Bills, though, are the interesting team. They're minus 210 to win the division. The Jets, Jets, have the longest odds of any team in any conference to win their division, plus 1,500.
Jets are going to be a lot better than people think.
I think they have a chance to be. Yes.
What's their win total?
Their win total, which I have actually bet this.
Is it less than 6.5?
I think it's at 6.5. Let me look. So we can look at win totals because there are things that we want to go into and look at there. So the Jets win total. I took Detroit. I took the Eagles. I took Washington. I thought I bet the Jets, so I didn't. So let me pull it up.
I think the only totals I took was I took the Jets under 6, and the Texans under 4.
Man, Zach Wilson has looked good, dude.
Yeah, fuck the Jets. Ain't nobody.
Well, that's the difference. You say Zach Wilson's look good. The week that is first week, they said he's looked the worst of any of the rookie quarterbacks. His second week, they said he's starting to look at there, and he looked great, and he had the drive, and now he looks like the real deal. I'm like, in a week, I'm not staying right there to say, okay, he looks great because.
So of this class that's going to play this year, right? Lawrence, Wilson, Fields. Who else is going to play this year? Is that it? Is just those 3? You think?
Mac Jones probably.
Jones. Okay. Jones might be better. I think Zach Wilson is probably the best. I mean, to be honest.
If you want to say pure thrower, ability to read defense, could be a surprise guy. The next guy to be kind of the Baker Mayfield mold, but actually hit his target, would be, yes, Zach Wilson. The line is 6. Jets are under 6, minus 140.
Under 6, minus 140.
Yeah, so for this division, I took Bills first, Patriots second, plus 250.
Yeah, if I could get a second, none of my books give me a second. I saw you with those second bits. I would love that because I think the Bills win this. I told you my dark horse team of the year is the Miami Dolphins. I think they're better than people think. They're going to be in around for games. I think their receiving core, when healthy, could be phenomenal.
I agree. I'm 100% same page.
The question is Tua, or are we going to see Jacoby Brissett?
No. I think it's Tua, and I wasn't a big Tua guy, and
I'm still not a big Tua. I don't think he reads over defense. I don't think he looks over well. I mean, I do also, when I say the Dolphins there, I somehow expect Xavier Howard to stay. Because if he leaves, that's a totally different blow to that defense.
I think this Dolphins team is a lot better. Is a lot better than what we think, and I think the Bills are the division, right? The Bills are going to win that division, but
That's
I
the
think
class.
the Dolphins are very, very close. I feel like the Dolphins are maybe 2 games off that division. So, and I haven't really looked at the schedule, but the Bills are probably like a 12-win team, 12, 13-win team. I would say the Dolphins are probably like a 10-win team.
Again, that extra game screws me. In a normal year, I would say a 9-win game, but I don't want to automatically say, oh, there's an extra game, so that's an extra win. That's what's killing me. I would say they're 9-17, but I'm not ready to say they're 10-17. I'm not putting. That's why I'm really hard on win totals.
I think that Tua was a mediocre quarterback when he didn't really have many weapons, and I think that between Waddle and Gesicki and all the weapons he's going to have this year. Well, they got Will Fuller, right?
Yeah, but I think the weapons they had were underrated there. I think Devontae Parker, when healthy, was a very good receiver. I thought Albert Wilson was showing that he was going to blow up. And then
Devontae Parker hasn't been fucking healthy since high school.
Preston Williams, another guy I
like Preston Williams.
And then you add Malcolm Perry, who's going to be a little like Swiss Army knife and do a bunch of things for that team and be kind of a matchup nightmare. And then again, my favorite player who I really hope they somehow make the team is Lynn Bowden.
He's hurt already. He's out for the season.
Yes, I know that.
Okay. I only know that because he made the local news because he's a local guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go AFC North. I know what your dark horse pick is going to be, the Cleveland Browns at +110.
No, I'll go first. I'm going to go first. Rich. I got it. So July 30th, I took the Browns +145 to win the division. It's a lock. Thank me later. Rich, take another drink, and yeah, that's it. I really think they're gonna pull away with this one. I really do.
As a person who never really bets on my own teams, like you guys know, I don't ever bet on my own teams. I'm more likely to bet against them than to bet on them. But I mean, I don't know how you bet against the Browns this year. I don't know. I mean, they've looked fantastic. They've looked fantastic in the preseason.
If Lamar stays healthy,
with
the division that both you guys are playing, if Lamar stays healthy, the Ravens are probably going to win the division. I mean, whoever wins between the Browns and Ravens game is going to win the division.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I can see that. I like that. I'll take that. Yeah.
Okay. So Browns and Ravens split the head-to-heads, right?
Yeah.
Ravens are playing a first-place schedule. The Browns are playing a third-place schedule. Who wins? Who has a better outlook in that matchup?
Well, that's what I was looking at. I mean, the Ravens play the Lions, the Raiders. They do play the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Colts, the Vikings, the Packers. They play the Bears, and the Rams. I mean, but I think those teams.
So Browns and Ravens, the Browns and Ravens will play. They'll play effectively.
But it's no longer a first place schedule. They don't do that anymore. They do the divisions. You play the same division. Like the Browns are playing
the same team except for one or two teams.
Yes.
Right. And the Browns are playing a third place schedule because they were third place in the division. And the Ravens were first, so they'll play the first place teams.
The extra game the Browns have is they play the Texans. The Ravens don't play the Texans.
I mean,
other than that, they all play the same exact teams.
I'll take that. That's a win.
The Browns have to play the Packers. The Browns have to play the Chiefs. The Browns have to play the Cardinals, which the Ravens don't.
So that's what it is right there. The Colts and the Cardinals is swapped.
Yeah, so the Cardinals were third place last year. Probably whoever won that division, Seattle maybe.
It was
But
a
I don't
play-in game, I believe. I think it was a play-in game for playoffs. I think the Rams took first, and Seattle snuck in on the because the Rams beat them or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, that's not a win. I mean, even like the Colts game, I don't guarantee and say that's a win for either side. But I mean,
Right.
yeah, I mean, my question with the Browns is, you worry you better have something on the Ravens, because if Lamar stays healthy, it's going to be tough for them not to win.
Okay, all right. So let's look at this, right? So which team do you think improved upon last year?
Well, I mean, the improvement is Odell Beckham's head screwed on right to actually play? Like, your problem I have with your team there is the Ravens improved at receiver. Your guys' receiving is really strong for the first three guys, and then it drops like a rock.
How many receivers do you need on the field?
Well, the third guy's Donovan Peoples-Jones. I'm really kind of pushing a little bit more to say
Donovan Peoples-Jones has been fantastic in camp, right? He's been great in camp. Okay,
yes.
So all right. So do you think the Browns primarily drafted defense, right?
Yeah, I mean, adding Clowney's that's where you guys improved on defense, but the Ravens have been solid. The Ravens have guys that you probably haven't heard of, and I'm telling you, but if you want to talk like you've been talking preseason, they look great in the preseason. The Ravens' defense in the preseason looks almost impossible to move the football.
Okay, so the Browns get back Greedy Williams. The Browns draft Greg Newsome.
Yeah.
From TCU. Okay. The Browns draft Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who is fantastic.
Yeah, we can't honestly say I would be more big and say, okay, you've got Jadeveon Clowney. You should have a healthy Mac Wilson this year. Those are your upgrades that you have. Greedy Williams is the other guy I would say. Guys who've been played before in the league. Yes.
Okay, so Mac Wilson, I like Mac Wilson. He's hurt already. He's been hurt throughout camp.
He's hurt every week.
Okay. So Mac Wilson, I like him, but yeah, he's been hurt. But Greg Newsome, Greedy Williams, these guys, and then bringing in Anthony Walker from Indianapolis, and I feel like the Browns have improved in several areas where they had issues last year, and I feel like the Ravens have kind of tried to do that, but I'm not sure that they have.
They lost Orlando Brown. That wasn't that big, but it was a hit.
Yeah, but that's a guy who wanted. He was either going to be lost this year or he's going to be lost next year, because basically he was saying, I want left tackle money.
Right.
And play left tackle. So.
You've got they lost Mark Ingram, right? So you've got J.K. Dobbins, you've got Gus Bus, right? So that's okay. I mean, you've got two running backs there, and then you've got Lamar, who's effectively a quarterback running back, right? So I mean, the offense should move just fine, but you've got Hollywood Brown, and then who was the wide receiver they drafted and is hurt already?
Rashard Bateman.
Bateman from Minnesota.
Yeah, and a lot of people like Bateman. I think
I like Bateman.
I think he's a solid second-round pick.
I like Bateman also, but he's hurt already.
Yes.
So if you took Minnesota first 5 team total, you cash that with a home run that hits off the Fenway. Oh, another one? They got 2 runs, though, referee.
No, they got 2. It's there. The Indians actually got 2 and a runner on, so they are going to win this first 5. It's 10 runs so far in the 5 innings, and we're going into the bottom of the 5th, the witching hour of Major League first 5s. All right, so let's move on to the best division of football, the AFC South.
Oh, shit.
Too many questions.
What's your question? Is Carson Wentz play?
AFC South?
Yeah, I mean, this is where the Colts defense is going to have to carry them for some weeks. Because if not, the guy I told you I liked last year, and I said to be a steal, I think Sam Ellender is going to take the job from Jacob Eason.
Okay, yeah. So I liked Eason, right? I liked Eason to take that job while Wentz was hurt. First off, it doesn't seem like Wentz is as hurt as what he seemed like he was.
Correct. He thinks he's going to play. Yes.
Sure. Seems like Wentz is going to play week 1, week 2. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, Eason is not very good. Eason is not that great of a quarterback, and it feels like he's not going to be able to win the job from a rookie, Ellinger, who is not a very highly touted rookie. But I mean, if Eason can't beat him,
a highly touted college player that never totally lived up to it. I mean, he had solid stats, but he never won a major big game because he couldn't beat Oklahoma.
Sure.
Yeah, I like the Titans in this one just because they have the advantage for the one during the first couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I question how Julio's going to fit in. That's the only question I look at. Are they going to?
Do you really see them changing much of their game plan though?
He's not.
They run the ball a lot.
That's the question.
Very well.
Are they really going to be able to change to not pass the ball enough, and he's going to be okay with that?
This is the Derrick Henry show. We've all seen it. Derrick Henry owns this offense, and as long as he's there, he'll be the primary focus point of this offense.
We weren't watching him very carefully, Sean.
What? But here's the question. I mean, yes, it's the Derrick Henry show, but history has shown multiple times that when a guy has over 350 attempts really quick, the ceiling drops off him quick. You look at the guys through the years that have done that. Priest Holmes, when he got 350 attempts. We go back to Christian Okoye, who was an absolute beast and unstoppable, and he's going to be the state of the league. And then he gets there the next year, he's just done. One of these times, the number of carries is going to catch up to Henry, and I wonder if he's going to be the same thing.
100%. But here's the thing. I agree with that. It is going to catch up with him. I'm just not betting on it, right? Like I'm not betting on Derrick Henry to stop doing what he's been doing. I get that, like, these guys, and a few years back, we had Le'Veon Bell and we had Todd Gurley, who were like 350, 400 touch guys, right? They were just workhorses for their teams. And then effectively the wheels fell off. But I'm not betting on it to happen with Henry until it actually happens.
The big signing for them is Bud Dupree.
100%.
I mean, if he can provide pressure, then you have the rookie from LSU last year who was hurt the whole year. Christian Fulton should play this year. Janoris Jenkins is still there. So
they lost that one guy. What's his name? To the Giants, the corner, but he's actually out now. He actually got hurt.
Yeah, they lost
Corey Davis, and then they lost the corner as well.
Well, Corey Davis is the question there, but I mean, technically, you're replacing Corey Davis with Julio Jones. I think that'll be a okay adjustment on their end.
I think the offense looks very similar this year as to what it looks last year. It's run first, right? It's Derrick Henry first, and then how many yards did we get on first down? Okay, we got this many, and then we. We're either going back to Henry or we're, thrown to Julio or AJ Brown. AJ Brown he's the guy who's going to take a big hit, but you lost Jonnu Smith. So you've effectively got Julio and you've got AJ Brown, and then you've got,
Anthony Ferkser. The guy who would always
got Jeff Swam, Josh Reynolds.
The guy who would always take away your catches when you had Jonnu Smith over 2.5 receptions. And I'd be like, oh, crap. They threw the Anthony Ferkser.
Great.
They got Jeff Swam too, though.
Ferkser That fucking guy.
The Pirates have runners at the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. The Titans are probably the best team to win the division.
I think they're probably the most solid pick if you want to take them to win the division. And I
Very
definitely
interesting. I mean, I don't know what the numbers are, but I mean, the Colts have to be
plus 105. It's only plus 105 for the Colts. Like if the Colts had value, like if they were a plus 250, I would probably take the Colts on a flyer. Just feeling I could probably hedge down the line. But you have Houston a plus 2,400, Jags a plus 500, and the Titans are minus 170.
Titans are minus. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, the only team that has halfway decent value would be the Colts there, I guess. I mean, they're not a bad team to bet on. The Colts they're not a bad team to bet on because they've got so they're probably playing a second place schedule.
D, there's no way you're bailing them out before we get to the AFC West. I just flat out know that for a fact. I mean, they're automatic win games that you would look at their schedule and say, oh, okay, this is a win. They play the Texans. Of course they do because they're in the division. They play the Jets. They play the Jags. Of course they do because they're in the division. And they play the Raiders. That's it. Other than that, they play Seattle, the Rams, the Dolphins, the Ravens.
There's that first place schedule, baby. Play that first place schedule.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's going to be an interesting question where that's where I kind of like the Titans there. All right, let's move on to it. Let's hit it. I know you want it. AFC West, they decided that the Chiefs were minus 100. No.
Yeah, so I'll start it off. I took the Raiders to place second plus a 900. Take it now. I'm telling you.
Plus 900 for what? The Chargers or the Broncos?
The Raiders to take second place.
No. I think this is going to be an interesting thing because I think the Broncos, I've been telling you on their offensive weapons can match anybody in football. Anybody in football.
It's because they added.
I disagreed with you until the preseason, and then I've seen Teddy Bridgewater and I've seen Drew Lock, and I'm like, all right, maybe these guys can actually play. I'm not a big Broncos fan, but like when I watch the Broncos, like what I've seen from the Broncos in the preseason, I'm like, okay, maybe. So what? Cortland Sutton, maybe Noah Fant, maybe Jerry Jeudy, maybe these guys.
They've all been hurt.
Second year of Jerry Jeudy, not hurt. Second year of KJ Hamler, he's getting the matchup that they're having. You add Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton's coming back from an injury, but he'll be ready to go. Noah Fant, yes. Well, Noah Fant gets hurt because he's a small guy trying to play tight end.
I'm pretty sure Cortland Sutton was hurt too, though. He missed the back end of that season.
Sutton,
yes, had an ACL injury in like the fourth week of the season.
Sutton and Fant have both been hurt off and on here. So I think what we've seen from Drew Lock and Bridgewater. They show me a lot more. Like I'm not a big Broncos, supporter, but what I've seen from those guys shows me that maybe the Broncos are the second best team in that division.
I don't know if I go the second best team. I think that's going to be interesting, but I love the addition of Javonte Williams. I told you he was the best running back in the draft. I think he's going to be an absolute stud. You still got some playmakers on defense. And
got the Simmons, the Millers,
Well, I mean,
how good do you think the defense?
You got Bradley Chubb.
Chubb will come back.
You improved the secondary this year. You went out. You got Kyle Fuller. You got Patrick Surtain as the draft pick. You also added Ronald Darby. You also added Bryce Callahan, who's a solid slot corner.
Yep.
Still have Pro Bowler Justin Simmons, and then you got a Kareem Jackson to come in and play strong safety. So the Broncos defense is there. The question I have with the Chargers, this is where I differ, where they could be the second, and they're close in the books, is going to be, can the Chargers defense stay healthy? You lose Melvin Ingram, who's always hurt, not a big deal. You add Linval Joseph, comes over to help out Bosa the line. Joey Bosa is going to have to stay healthy all year. Who knows? Kenneth Murray will be entering his second year at a linebacker out of there. Darwin James will be returning this year. That's going to be huge. Your right cornerback is going to be a turnstile. It's just a question whether Asante Samuel Jr. can possibly move over to the right cornerback and take that spot. That's the questions I have with San Diego, is their defense. I think their offense will put up points. I think Eckler will have a monster year, being that swing backfield out of the back. Receivers,
I got
another group that just can't stay healthy.
I've got a double with Broncos Chiefs at plus 100.
Okay.
I don't know if you like that. If you want to make that official, I'm staying away.
Broncos Chiefs.
Yeah, it says dual forecast. First,
So
second, any order.
Oh, Broncos or Chiefs?
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, on paper, you're at Chargers are plus 400, Broncos are plus 450 to win the division. So they think they're going to be right there and right neck and neck. I'd take the Chargers because I think Justin Herbert could have an interesting year. All right, the Indians are up 8-4 in the top of the fifth. They score some runs there in the bottom of the fourth, and we cashed the Cardinals' first five. Good job, Rich. Boom,
There
boom,
we
boom.
go.
You got the Twins. You called out earlier. That was nice.
Boys on fire.
Indians, we got 4 more runs. I don't even know what's going on in the WNBA game because I stopped watching.
So, yeah, but the Chiefs most likely will win the AFC West and move on. The biggest thing is going to be the offensive line, chemistry. I feel like the Chiefs will run the ball a lot more. I cannot hype that any more than what I have. I just see it. I don't know why. Mahomes is going to do his thing, but
you're talking about everyone else being hurt, but you're not going to mention Allaire's been hurt?
Yeah, he sprained his ankle. It's a mid-high ankle sprain. It's not.
Yeah,
a mid-ankle sprain.
Darrell Williams sprayed his ankle.
This is why you don't play in the preseason. Come on, guys.
I do like your pickup of Jerick McKinnon though. I think that's.
Oh yeah, that was. I like that for sure.
Yeah. The question I have on your team is Stonehands. Your wide receiver.
You know what? I really want to bring back to your point when you said we need that vet. You need that over 6'1.5" feet tall.
Yeah, you have Hardman, Pringle. They're all the same guy. It's this little 5'11", 5'10" guy. You can't start like if Pringle takes over the job from Stonehands. You're starting 2 guys under the height of 5'11" at receiver. That's not going to work.
Okay, so what if they just put Tyreek, Hardman, Noah Gray, and Kelsey, and that's what they
Yeah, you could do that with Noah Gray. He's really a tight end, but yeah.
That's one thing you brought up that I thought about and I looked at. I'm like, okay, we kind of do need someone kind of bigger, which, maybe Darius Fountain might step up a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah, Cornell Powell is probably the one guy who has size, I think, on the whole roster. He's only 6 foot.
Yeah,
I thought he was taller than that. That's the question I have. I think you went, and then the other question is going to be how your 5 brand new offensive linemen gel and work together.
That's going to be.
I totally agree.
That's going to be the biggest question, right? That was their biggest issue, right?
No, their biggest issue is their defense can't stop anybody from scoring 25 points.
Right. But not being able to protect Mahomes is.
Well, we were injured. We lost everybody was injured. We had 3rd string offensive linemen in the Super Bowl.
So you're swapping out your entire offensive line. So
with
how
with
good,
ones.
Yeah. So how good is the team that swaps out the entire offensive line? Right. It's
Right.
probably going to take. It's probably going to take a few
Wait,
weeks.
you know what? This season might be kind of what Tampa Bay went through last year.
They were 7-6. The team
They
was.
they were
7-6
not
at
good.
one point.
They were not good. I'm not
No.
saying they weren't. They just couldn't gel right. You know, they didn't have the time and the chemistry.
People.
Do you agree, Fox?
They underestimate. They underestimate teams that, we're going to bring in this piece, we're going to bring in that piece. Well, listen, it's not fucking Madden, right? You can't just plug these guys in and just immediately expect them to show up.
Padres.
To automatically gel you. Yep. All right. So anybody have anything else? Do we want to go under win total? One of the things I saw in my books that was very interesting I wanted to bring up was I don't know if all the books have this. It's the first time I've ever seen it in a book.
Don't bet the Jags win total. I don't know. Depends on if you guys got that. I don't know what you got on the Jags win total, but
I'm laughing what the NFL is calling the comeback player of the year.
I got over under 6.5
on the Jags.
Yeah.
Under. That team that's a fucking 4-win team if I ever seen.
5 to 9 wins.
What's the juice on that?
Over. Okay, so one book.
Dog sitting again. So
under 6.5 would be minus 120. Damn, they got it flipped. Usually the over's on top.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's why Rich got picked the wrong one.
I accidentally bet the wrong side.
But you had 7.5?
7.5, yeah.
What was the juice?
Well, I bet the wrong fucking side, so obviously it was plus whatever. That Jaguars team is so fucking bad. And here's the thing. Here's the problem, right? The problem is they play the Texans twice. That's the problem. So that's a possible 2 wins for that team. I would bet the win team. I would bet the team total unders on both the Texans and the Jags, and I bet you hit at least one of them, if not both.
You want to know what's fun? Oh, there it is right there. Plus. Yeah.
And I mean, to be honest, I would probably bet the under on the Giants. Like, I don't know what the Giants is. They're usually a fairly public team.
Yeah. Give me a second. Milo slobbered all over the trackpad, so it's not.
I would
right now.
I would bet the under the team total win team total under on the Jags, the Texans, and probably the Giants.
See, I think I jumped on at the perfect time.
Over. I took the Giants over.
Who won that NFC East last year? Was it the Eagles or was it?
No, it's the Redskins at 7-9.
Washington.
The Washington football team
at 7-9.
Okay,
yes.
So they're playing a first place schedule this year. So what's Washington's team total? What's their win total?
I took that over. I'll give it to you.
Win total over
8.5.
Yep.
I like that.
You think they've improved? They're going to win 2 more games?
Yeah, I think you're getting better quarterback play.
With their division, yeah.
You're getting better quarterback play. You're getting McLaurin in his 3rd season. You're getting Logan Thomas in his 3rd season. You're getting Antonio Gibson in his 2nd season. You added some pieces on the defense. Yeah, I think they improved.
Okay, so what's the Eagles' win total over then? Because they were 2nd in the division, right?
6.5.
Well, yeah, but new coach, new quarterback. Jalen Reagor better have a really good year.
I feel like the Eagles are the team. I don't know.
You're picking the team that's right now. The odds are to finish last.
The Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Cowboys are first. Redskins are right next to them, and then the Giants are next, and then the Eagles. But the Cowboys are minus. The Redskins are plus 110. The Giants are plus 205. The Eagles are plus 340.
The Cowboys are a very public team.
They are.
Okay, so
you also get Dak Prescott back, and that there. So
sure, I mean, I like Dak, right? And I like him in that offense, but the drop off from Dak to whoever the backup is, DiNucci or whoever. I don't even know who else they have. If Dak were to get hurt again, that Cowboys team
is not going to win a game.
Right, exactly. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I also wonder, I always wonder how much Dak really wants to play football. When you hear what he talks about and what's the thing, it's kind of like, I got my money, I'm done. I was laughing because you have an all-star team in the comeback player of the year. The fact that guys are comeback player of the year is just because they got hurt for one season, to me, is a travesty. Shouldn't be allowed. You have Dak Prescott, the leader, at plus 105. Saquon Barkley at plus 450. Christian McCaffrey at plus 600.
Okay.
Java and Milo.
Nick Bosa at plus 700. Julio Jones at plus 1900. Derwin James at plus 1100. Beckham at 1600. CJ Mosley, Dante. I mean, I don't know what Kyle.
Okay, all right. So so defensive guys, you throw them out. You take Barkley.
I think Christian McCaffrey at plus 1600, plus 600.
Barkley, you take McCaffrey, and you take Beckham, and those are your three. I mean, I don't see how you.
I mean, Dak could win it. Dak can win it, but to me, that you shouldn't even be eligible. You missed 1 year because you got hurt. That's not a comeback player of the year.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, that's not even a comeback.
So so let's look at this. Dak has his best season, right? Dak has as good of season. Dak can be fantastic, right? If McCaffrey is what we know McCaffrey is, who wins between McCaffrey and Dak?
Well, the only question you wonder is because McCaffrey was so vital, they drafted Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah.
Chuba Hubbard's going to get probably more carries than Mike Davis did when McCaffrey played.
I don't know. I don't know if – I don't know.
I mean, that's the only worry I sit there and look and say, okay, what's the issue? Is
I feel like it's McCaffrey and, I don't know that if it's, if Zeke or if Dak and McCaffrey are head-to-head full season.
Yep.
I mean, McCaffrey he's a running back and a wide receiver. He literally is.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 7-catch guy a game, which is why PPR should never be 1 point. Because if you kept the ball 7 times, you ran for 11 yards, it's really not a great success.
I like full point PPR, but we can do whatever we want to do.
Like I said, we'll discuss that. I mean, we're still looking for, I think, 3. We'll see. So, all right. So let's get into real games. So we're bored to give these guys something to actually bet. We'll talk about it. Let's break it out. Saturday, we get the return of college football. We have some games that will start on Saturday. Me and you already differ in one game.
0.
I sit there and say it's different. And the reason I think so is I think we get the return of the black shirts. I know Ant is already quoting the Nebraska record of against the spread. I'm hoping to get 6.5 by game time, but I like Nebraska -7. I think you get Adrian Martinez entering his 3rd year. You get the recruits from Scott Frost to actually give this team speed, something it hasn't had in previous seasons. And I mean, it's very there. I mean, you're going to get some key transfers that also came in. So it'll be very interesting. Torrey will be eligible to play. The great player out of Montana will come back and be able to play this there. That'll help them out. So I like Nebraska minus the 7 to open the season. I think the defense really shuts down this Illinois, which basically this team of Miami rejects.
No. I mean, it could be. I stared down this game, and
well, what do you like from an Illinois perspective?
both sides of the ball. Both sides of the ball. And like returning freshmen or returning starters on both sides of the ball. I like them being at home. I like them getting a touchdown, and I like fading Nebraska. I know.
I mean, but it's not even their starters that are returning. Their main guys left.
So I don't have the.
Chase Brown ran for 500 yards. He was a co-starter there. You want to say he has experience? That's fine. Brian Hightower, transfer out of the University of Miami, 11 catches for 200 yards. Doesn't scare me. Donnie Navarro, 3. Another guy who couldn't make it, but I mean, a guy with less than 100 yards in stats. 2 quarterbacks, Brandon Peters. Brandon Peters throws the ball all over the place. He's a senior guy. Not as a guy that I sit there and would say, okay, took over towards the end of the year, but okay. Nothing to really write home about.
So here, let me ask you this, right? We disagree on who wins the game, or we disagree on the game, right? You like Nebraska minus the 7. I like Illinois plus the 7. So we disagree on the game. Can you agree this game goes under? This is an under game.
Yeah, but I mean, the way I'm looking at I think we get, as I said, I think we get the return of the black shirts. I don't think Nebraska's scoring 56. I don't think Nebraska's scoring 40.
What's the total? 50.
It's 54.5 right now.
I like the under.
All right, I agree with that. Official play.
Okay.
Under 54.5.
Under 54.5. I agree with it. We're on opposite sides of the actual game, but I agree with the under.
Yeah.
You guys agreed on something. Holy shit.
We do agree on different times. Come on. You don't dog us like that. I mean,
week 0. This is week 0.
Week 0.
It is interesting because it doesn't actually even specify in week. It's almost like here's a makeup game.
Yeah.
Well, you have to change it to all FBS for the score even to show up. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead. We got the under. Let's go and rock that in right now. Official play.
What day is that?
Under in the Nebraska-Illinois game.
Yeah, I'll take the under.
I wish we agreed on the last show when it was 57. So
damn, I got 54.5.
We've got the great Fresno State team that's basically going to knock the socks off of this Connecticut team. So what do you like in that? Minus 27.5.
There is 0 chance that I'm laying 4 touchdowns in week 1. I mean, so UConn is probably what they were last year, right? They're going to be.
Hold on, time out. You said what they were last year. They played 0 football last year.
Probably a year before.
They have not played a game since 2019.
Right.
Yeah, they took the
Okay, so let's go back to the last time they actually played football.
They blew.
They're not good, right?
They're not.
They're not good at football. So you're going to lay 4 touchdowns with them week 1?
Well, if you look at a Fresno State team, they are good. But this is also – I was looking at what do we got for a total here?
I like the first half.
63.
That's way too much.
63.
If you can get a first half.
I mean, it's not way too much with these two type of teams because I think Fresno State wins this game by 30.
Yeah.
So I do think they covered the 27.5. As long as you can get it under 4 touchdowns, I would throw it in a parlay. Put it with your favorite MMA play. If Jump Shot actually has given his MMA play yet.
He said he's got a big dog.
It's got a big dog. We're waiting for that big dog to rise. Come on, Jump Shot. Are you waiting on Saturday?
Would you take,
I
Fresno
think this Fresno State. I think this Fresno State is a very solid team. I think you're going to get solid play. You've got a very good coach. The team's going to be ready to play to start the season, and they're going to kind of choose whatever number they would like to run on them.
Would you parlay Fresno State with either UCF or Appalachian State?
I don't have UCF and Appalachian State playing this weekend.
No. Either or. Either UCF versus Boise or Appalachian State versus ECU.
So we're parlaying with the first week of September?
Yep.
So I mean, you got a tough game against Boise for UCF.
UCF and
UCF should have too much speed for Boise.
UCF and App State are both going to win. They're both going to win.
I'm not 100% sure UCF does, but yes.
So do you like App State better? Fresno State, App State?
I don't like it because it's 10.5.
Money line.
Playing the number. Yeah, I would take App State, yes. And we differ here, but in the first week, I already told you 2 weeks ago, I took Ohio State minus 13.5.
I don't really bet Ohio State. I don't bet Ohio State games that much. If you want me to be 100% honest, I can get 2 touchdowns with Minnesota. I would take the 2 touchdowns with Minnesota. I've seen this fucking script before. Ohio State is gonna go down. They're gonna fucking look bad, dude. They sent half of their team to the draft. Like half of their team is in the NFL, right?
Yep.
So I'm not betting on a team in game 1. I'm not going to lay 2 touchdowns with a team in game 1 that has never there's half of the team or more has never played.
Well, they have played. They played in blowout games. They do have experience playing.
I've seen this. I've seen this before. I've seen Ohio State do the same thing. Where would Ohio State being down in this game at halftime would not surprise me in the least. Like it wouldn't. And Minnesota, you're talking about a Minnesota team that's returning a lot of kids, right? This Minnesota team is very talented, and I could see them. To be honest, I could see them covering 2 touchdowns. Yeah. I could see Minnesota covering 2 touchdowns very easily.
They returned Tanner Morgan and Mohamed Ibrahim. If they shut down Ibrahim, they'll win this game by 21 points.
You're talking to somebody who very rarely bets on. I don't bet on my teams. I don't bet on the Browns. I don't bet on the Indians. I don't bet on Ohio State. So,
I don't see anybody in Minnesota covering Olave.
Okay. All right.
That's.
But you've got CJ Stroud, who's never taken a snap in college football, throwing the ball to him.
We don't know yet if it's CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm. It is CJ Stroud. He's been announced as starter.
Okay.
Yeah, CJ Stroud's been announced as starter for Ohio State.
Yes, but CJ Stroud also gives him more scrambling ability than a Jack Miller.
I've never seen him play.
Dual threat quarterback.
Hey, Rich, are you in the Giants or the Mets?
I'm in the Giants.
Yeah, we're in the
Fuck,
Giants money line.
I can't bet the Giants. All right, never mind.
The Connecticut Sun win by 4, not 4.5. Damn it. 4, not 4.5. All right, let's move on. Hawaii UCLA game.
Oh man,
Hawaii.
this is a toughie. No.
This should be the DTR show. You got a UCLA team that started to look good last year, and then DTR got hurt, and then the season crumbled. Should be the DTR show. 100% should be the DTR show.
Do I love this UCLA team?
Yeah.
Yep. And
Kelly has something to prove.
yeah,
He has to.
And you've got Hawaii, who's playing in an empty stadium, right? I mean, obviously this game is on the mainland, right? They're UCLA.
Yep.
So, but you got. I just feel like Hawaii has such an advantage when they're playing at home, and this year they just won't have. Man, do I love this UCLA team.
I love this UCLA team, but I definitely wish this was not 68 and points.
I can't.
And I wish this was 17, not 17. To me, this is a game that screams parlay only for the reason of buying points.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 18. I've got 18 with UCLA.
17.5 now, so you definitely don't have a good number.
Yeah, I feel like they win by, I don't know. They probably win by 2 touchdowns. I don't know if they win by much more than that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna put up a number. 1 second.
I mean,
this is actually something I wanted to do.
Just for anybody who's in the chat who's not familiar with, we're starting a new season, we're starting college football or whatever. Don't be afraid to not bet a game. You don't have to bet every game. You don't have to bet any game. Starting a new season, my personal approach, I generally don't really like to bet much at all. I kind of like to see what's going to happen. You don't know, right? I mean, all the stuff that we see in the preseason, we can do all the research we can, but, not betting games to start seasons is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, it's learning to stay off of it when you don't see any value. So let's go to a game I do see value, and you're going to laugh because I see value on it. San Jose State versus Southern University. And why do I feel value at San Jose State? If you didn't know San Jose State is one of the teams that had one loss, throughout the year. The only thing I don't like is they're 24-point favorites versus Southern University, who's a lower level squad. 56.5 is the total. Has not moved, has not adjusted. Neither has the D's back. Everybody say hi to Java. Java wants to be on TV. So we get Java here on TV. I like this game to go over, which will be official play, San Jose State over 56.5. Now let's move on to the fun thing. Preseason week 3 football.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Okay.
Are we done with college football?
Well, that was it for all that says. Those are the 5 games.
Unless
you had something else.
UCF and Boise.
That's September.
Are you just talking about
this weekend's?
Okay. All right.
I mean, we'll hit the UCF and Boise game next. We could hit it Saturday. We could hit it next Thursday. Yeah. I mean, UAB and Jacksonville State is going to be a fun game next Wednesday. But next Thursday night, September 2nd, we will have 14 college football games, including UCF and Boise. Actually, since that is Thursday night, we could hit that. Coastal Carolina plays that night too, but I've got no number on Coastal Carolina because they're going to put up a number on Citadel.
Okay? You don't have a line on that yet.
I do have a line on BC. Here's your questions with UCF. Okay, Dylan Gabriel returns. You don't have to worry about Mackenzie Milton with his transfer to Florida State. They're going to put up points. Gus Malzahn's second year.
Okay.
Can they stop anybody?
Okay. So, I actually like three sides here. So, Rutgers and Temple. Do either of you guys have a lean on that?
I mean, Rutgers was a very improved team last year. They're one of the teams that actually took advantage of the bubble. Temple blows. I think Temple lost their last 7 games last year.
2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns with Temple. You think Rutgers is covering 2 touchdowns?
Almost everybody covered 2 touchdowns versus Temple. Memphis won by 12. Tulane won by 35. SMU won by 23. UCLF won by 25. East Carolina, not a very good football team, won by 25. Obviously, that's last year versus this year. You have a Rutgers team that took Michigan in their last bowl game to triple overtime.
Yeah.
They beat Purdue. They beat a decent Maryland squad that started to look pretty decent towards the end of the year when Tua's brother took over. And they beat Nebraska by 7. I mean, I think that they should be able to put whatever number they would like to put on them.
Okay.
I think it's an under type game. I don't see Temple scoring more than 13 points. So if you're going to cover this, you're asking Rutgers to score 28, which I definitely think they can do. I mean, they return their quarterback, Noah Vedrell, turns for a senior season. Giovanni Haskins is still back there. Playmakers on the defense. I think they can beat Temple.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
My favorite team. I was waiting for you to hit them, but I don't have a line on them.
Boise State and UCF.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. It's going to be the loss of Jarrett Patterson, but you're still going to have Jarrett Patterson, the guy for Buffalo, would score 5 times a game rushing the ball. He's also the running back. Where is he now?
When do they play?
They play Thursday night. I told you we got 14 games Thursday night. They play the Wagner. So they're just going to pick whatever number they would like to score.
Yeah, I definitely don't have that game.
Kevin Marks was running for 100 yards last year with Jarrett Patterson there. So Marks is now your main guy. Kyle Van Treese still returns at quarterback. Buffalo is going to be picked as one of the favorites to win the America East. So be interesting. So you also have FIU and LIU. You have USF and NC State. I don't know any game in the world that I take 18 points with NC State.
Let's go, Manny.
I mean, I think that's too many points. Oh, all these games are Thursday. Even the Ohio State game's Thursday.
Yeah, so
They're taking advantage. They're trying to do like what the NFL did and throw it on a Thursday night.
Right.
And have an opening weekend of college football all the way through Labor Day. That's actually kind of nice. Smart. With the biggest game of the week on Saturday, September 4th. I'll take Miami plus 18.5.
I like
That'll be official play. I don't care. I'm a homer. It's still going to be an official play. Miami plus 18.5 versus Alabama in the Georgia Dome. I'll take the experienced quarterback versus the red shot freshman quarterback playing his first ever college football game.
Seriously though, first half, Miami first half is probably a good look.
Okay. Right? I've got a full game, but yeah. Let me put it this way. I think they could win the game.
So, okay. So generally speaking, right, when we're talking about these teams like Alabama, like Ohio State, like these teams that send a bunch of kids to the draft or whatever, they're starting a lot of kids.
Yes, I understand.
A lot of kids that have never seen action. Miami starting kids that have seen action, right? And quarterback is comfortable or whatever. Yeah, I think Miami first half is probably a good bet. So what can we get on Miami first half?
Probably 10.5. Let me look. Gotta see if we go back that far.
I seriously think fading these teams, Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, all these big schools that are sending a ton of kids to the draft, I think fading them first half is a very good bet.
Yeah, I think it's a question of who they play.
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah. Miami's a capable team, though. I think I mean, to be honest, if I was betting the Ohio State-Minnesota game, I would bet on Minnesota first half. Like I think Minnesota's a capable team.
Where is the game? I do love. I mean, we're going to return to college basketball, where it's lovely. You go through 127 different schools to be able to find your team.
Man, I can't wait for college basketball to come back.
I have no first half numbers yet.
Okay. Well, if we get them, or anybody has them, I would say Miami.
Yeah, if you're getting 10.5, something over 2 scores, I would definitely take it.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
What day is that game on?
Saturday. September 4th. It's a federal holiday.
September 4th.
Saturday, September 4th is not a federal holiday.
It's a federal holiday. The Canes are on. It's a federal holiday.
Yeah, I've got the 19. I've only got the full game on that.
If you live south of Maryland, it's a federal holiday. All right. Taking a look at some other things. What's available? Anything on the baseball game to start off? We do have the Pirates about to beat the freaking Cardinals.
We have what? No,
bases
7-2.
7-5. 7-5 bases loaded.
That's the 7th inning. We got plenty of time left. And that Pirates bullpen is fucking trash.
It's 7-5, bottom of the 7th, bases loaded, no outs.
Here's the problem. Oh, wait a minute. I had the Cards first 5. I don't care. All right, I don't care. I had the Cards first 5.
I can't remember if I took the first 5 or the full game.
The Pirates bullpen is trash. The Cardinals bullpen is worse. If you were making a bet on this game right now, I would take the over because both bullpens are fucking trash.
Tell us how you really feel.
They're bad. Both bullpens are bad. Let's see. So what did we get? Cards. 5, 7.
So this new
Okay,
book
so, all right.
has a no refresh policy, which is terrible.
So after 5, we had cards up 7-3. So yeah, I'm good with that.
I think I took a first 5.
Giants are up 3-2. We got we got bases loaded in the 8th with the Giants. Dodgers Padres 0-0 in the 2nd.
Oh yeah, I did take the first half. Yep, that was good. I took the first half Cardinals.
Oh, nice.
Minus a half. So I did tell you on that.
Nats,
I did hit all my overs. I lost all my other WNBAs, but I hit all my overs in the WNBA. So that was good.
Nats team total over 1.5.
Yeah, the fucking
cashed.
Pittsburgh ties it.
What?
You can get the Cardinals at plus 260.
Here's the problem, right? The problem is that the Cardinals bullpen fucking sucks, and the Pirates bullpen fucking sucks. Both of the bullpens on both of those teams absolutely terrible right now.
You have no outs runners at the corners for the Pirates.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get a plus number on the Pirates right now, and
no, it's minus. You can take it to minus 1.5 for a plus number.
I mean, the Cardinals bullpen is absolutely terrible. So
I get minus 1.5 plus 130.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can get over 17 minus 130.
Got the Yankees Athletics getting ready to start off.
Over 17. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, over 17.5. They're not giving you anything. If it was 1 or 2 runs, I'd probably take it. But they're basically conceding the 15th run. All right, so soccer play tomorrow. We got a massive slate tomorrow. Massive slate, which is good for a Friday.
Wait, we have the 1 second. We have the under 8.5 in the Yankees game, right?
We have under 8.5. That was an official play in the Yankees game. Yeah, let me put that up so people are aware. Yeah, Ben, we're gonna give out the soccer stuff right now. We're looking at. We got a big game with Dortmund and Hoffenheim. Dortmund after getting embarrassed last week at Freiburg. I like the over 3 in this game. You do have some players missing. Dortmund is still once again without their back line, so they're going to be able to give up goals. Both teams to score an over 2.5 would be another bet to take because Hoffenheim will score and get on the board. We got Nantes and Lyon. There's really nothing to be able to take on this that I looked at. I stared hard at this game. You've got a really terrible SJ Berg team playing a Nyköping team. Nyköping hasn't been great, but what they've been able to do is score goals. The only difference is when these two teams get together, they don't score shit. I like the Nyköping reversing the trend at under 2.5 in the Denmark First Division. And I like Dynamo Moscow versus Lokomotiv Moscow. Lokomotiv is one of my favorite teams to kind of play. These two teams do get together, especially when Dynamo's at home. I like Dynamo to win the game. I also like both teams to score in this game, though. Maybe an over 2.5 if you can get that a solid number. There's nothing. I'm going to wait on the MLS. There's nothing I really like from that point. Moving on to Saturday's games. I'm going to talk about a card. That's a nice card on Saturday. Really nice card on Saturday. We got my darling that I keep going with, St. Gilles playing the Standard Liège, who just keeps limping in to win after win. two teams don't play that much together. Standard Liège has not been in the scoring streak they've been in previous years. I'm actually going to probably stay off this game. If I would bet anything, just because the value, I would take Standard Liège draw no bet or draw double chance because you can actually still get that at plus money, and they're just as good as Standard Louise. Moving on to England, we got Man City, fresh off. Should have signed Ronaldo by the time this game takes off. City's going to play Arsenal. Let me look at some of the numbers here that I'm getting in this game. Home run for the Pirates, 11-7. The over 17.5 would have already cashed. 3-run Jack, Pirates -1.5. Looks like it's going to be a good bet.
Yep.
Yeah, let me just pull up all the lines here.
Both pens are terrible.
So Arsenal City is a massive favorite, -1.5 at Arsenal. The interesting thing is Aubameyang did actually play the meaningless EFL Cup game, so I expect Arsenal to be able to have him to be able to score this game. Man City at home has owned Arsenal. Man City's going to win this game. Whether they cover 1.5 is kind of where I would go. I would look for both teams to score an over 2.5 would be the official play. Or I'd take a shot at that over 3. Or if you want to pay juice, the over 2.5 obviously would be a similar good bet. All right, said my mic wasn't working. Southampton, Newcastle. I've got nothing on this. If you want to take any shot, it's going to be Southampton draw no bet. I'm not a big Newcastle fan, even though. 1 second.
Hey, Rich.
Yep.
Hey, so I was going to ask you. So are you more of a Cleveland fan or a Cleveland baseball fan, team fan, or are you more of a Cleveland Browns fan? Or does it matter?
That's a toughie. Generally, I'm more of a personally. I like baseball. Like I like baseball more than a lot of people, probably. So I probably would lean towards the Indians, but I mean it's a football town, and you know the city kind of stops when it comes to football.
Okay.
So it's tough.
I mean, but that's like it everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, my favorite play of the day is West Ham. West Ham's at home at a -195. You could take them at -1 versus a Crystal Palace team. I think that's basically a draw or win bet. West Ham has not lost a game since May at home. They did have 2 draws in that standpoint, but they've been playing really, really well, and I don't see them shitting the bed here against Crystal Palace, who looks already designated for relegation. And Java has decided he wants to be back on camera. All right, just sit on me on the side. There you go, Java. Leicester City versus Norwich. I don't understand this. Everybody beat crap out of Norwich. This is the number I really don't understand at all. I know Norwich has beat them before in the past. They've won some games at home, but Leicester City has got off to a rocky start here. So I think they're going to really key in on this game. And I'm taking Leicester City money line, -120. This is the other game that is really shocking me because of the number, is the Brighton Hove game. So Brighton's playing Everton. Brighton's at home. Generally a very good, solid home team. You're getting a number of 2. I really think they're factoring in the fact that they had two goals the last time they met, had 0 goals the last time they met. But to me, that's not a sustainable thing. Brighton's given up at least two. There's been at least 2 goals in Brighton's matches in 9 of the last 11 matches. I'm going to take the over 2 gift. I think it's really probably a push, but I think we're going to get at least 2 goals in this game. And if Everton win it, which is kind of a sneaky personal bet, I'm taking a plus 204. They're going to score more than 2 goals. You got Villa versus Brentford. Villa returns home, which they really need to do. You're playing a Brentford team, obviously a team that just got brought up from the Championship League to be able to come through. I see goals in this match. The only question, I still just wonder who Villa is with the loss of Grealish. I still think they have enough weapons, though. I do see goals. I'm taking the over 2.5. Chelsea versus Liverpool, the game of the week. That'll be your game on Saturday. Liverpool returns home. Chelsea adding in Lukaku is going to be there. This is going to be a very, very good game. It's going to be very, very interesting. I say you throw out the 2020 scores. Liverpool had a terrible defense on this. I mean, if I gun to my head, I say this game is a draw. Or I'd take the Liverpool draw, no bet. I just think they have more value. I know Chelsea's coming in as the hot team, but Liverpool can match their scoring for score. Still looking at some of the things. I'm going to take West Brom over 2.5. We're going to continue riding this till she bucks us. Haven't had any issues with this, so definitely don't feel like we're going to have any issues with this again. You're playing Peterborough. Peterborough is a relegation team that's moving up from League One. West Brom has just basically destroyed everybody. I would actually think West Brom will actually win this game. I definitely think we go over 2.5. We're definitely taking that. I'm staying away from Bayern. I mean, they're going to beat up Hertha pretty bad, but I see it at 2.5. Bayern hasn't proven they should be 2.5 favorites for anybody so far this season. I am going to take Leverkusen versus Augsburg. I'm going to take them on the money line, and I'm going to take Eintracht at Arminia Bielefeld, just because notoriously they kick the crap out of them. And Eintracht needs to win, and they're going to have this game circled, and they looked a little bit better adding Silva up top last game, so I think that'll continue. Go through. We'll have some Japanese plays. I'll put Trey if I haven't done any capping on that. What's the other games I like? Everyone keeps knocking Sevilla. Sevilla's going to be at Elche. It's going to be a decent number, minus 135. I'm going to take Sevilla money line. I know they're on the road. They pulled it through last week ride it till she bucks us. And I like Real Madrid at Real Betis. I don't understand the line. You're looking at a minus 120 on a Real Madrid team that's still way better than Betis. So I'm going to keep riding that. And those are the plays that I have right now, and I'll have more plays, obviously, in the chat. We'll go through. What do we got going on in the baseball besides the Pirates kicking the ass of the Cardinals? The Yankees game getting ready to kick off. We do still have it 11-7. The Cardinals have yet to get out of the inning, but they only got a runner on first. Dodgers and Padres are scoreless.
Yeah, we're scoreless. I see 2 outs in the Yankees game. Got a man on, and the Mets got a man on in the bottom of the 8th. And I got some horses in the other one. Yeah, looking good.
I mean, one of the things I like, I mean, I will flat out tell you, I've been taking a lot of the soccer plays, Europa plays, and throwing them in with the preseason games because I really want to talk the preseason. I think Pittsburgh, Carolina is over all day. I think you're going to get a massive amount of Dwayne Haskins, who's going to play. And when Haskins has played this preseason, he's accounted for 4 touchdowns. So I don't understand why Pittsburgh is a plus 3.5 favorite. I gave it early in the week. I'm taking Pittsburgh plus 3.5. The only question of basically what you start to have when you start to do the research is the Carolina Panthers have said this is their dress rehearsal game. So a lot of guys are going to play, which is why I'm backing up pretty much as a cover Pittsburgh over 35 as well as Pittsburgh plus 3.5. So I'm taking the total over and I'm going under. I think there's 3 teams I'm parlaying together are the Jets, the Bills, and the Ravens. That is parlayed together at plus 160. Money line, I think all 3 win. Chicago, Tennessee, I think the media is falling way into in love with Justin Fields. The fact that this is up to plus 3 to me is a joke. Unless there's news that Logan Woodside is not going to play, Tennessee will have no problem scoring, putting points up on the board versus this Bear defense that's not going to start anybody. So over 35.5 is also my play. And I think Tennessee there. I think Justin Fields gives them some offense. As Rich says, tries to start that quarterback controversy a little earlier. That said. And you want to talk about the books being pissed. If you want to know where the books were pissed this week, look no further. Can you guys hear me? D, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it was just a red light. That's what was messing up. Did you hear me before when I was giving the picks?
Yep. I can hear you.
Yeah, we've been hearing you the whole time.
Denver's minus 8.5. This is basically the book saying we would like everybody to stop betting Denver. Cortland Sutton will return for the game. He will make his anticipated start. KJ Hamler will not. It will probably be a Drew Lock game for most of the game. Teddy Bridgewater's been named the week 1 starter as expected, unless Lock gets traded between now and Saturday.
Yep.
I've seen nothing from this Rams team. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're going to have Bryce Perkins who's going to run around and he's going to try to put there. I think probably Sony Michel will probably play a little. Jake Funk will play a little. But I'm taking the Broncos minus 8.5. The 8.5 doesn't scare me. I think they put up points, and I think they put up a lot of points. And then the other game that really makes no sense to me at all is the Chargers are 5.5-point dogs to the Seattle team that doesn't want to play preseason. They haven't been in any game. The Broncos beat them 30-3. The Raiders beat them 20-7. Give me the 5.5 with the Chargers all day, who really haven't been a good preseason team ever. But it wouldn't shock me that this score is 13-6. Chargers. They've scored 10 and 13 points. So, I don't see Seattle scoring 10 points. And I think the Chargers will not only win this game outright, though they would cover 5.5 themselves, except they're getting 5.5. So I don't understand that line at all.
2-run shot by the Dodgers. Fuck. Same fucking guy, Austin Barnes. No, actually it was Will Smith last time. This is the other catcher. Damn it.
Well, the Red Sox are up 10-2. Well, it's only the 3rd inning. It's not done. What's the wheel with Cleveland? I haven't heard anything on Cleveland's preseason plans here. What are they doing? Rich?
I don't I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 0 starters. We've seen basically no starters up until this point, with a handful of rookies mixed in. I would be very surprised if you saw any starters ever touch that field this week.
Well, that's been the question all year, how teams were handling it. So were they handling this like a normal week 3 game, or were they as the week 2 was the dress rehearsal?
No.
Some teams have come out and said week 3 is the dress rehearsal. Cleveland's been a team that said we don't give a damn, we're not playing anybody.
I think we've seen enough guys run into injuries in these first couple weeks preseason. I would be very shocked if you saw any starters in this third week for the Browns. Who are they playing?
The Chiefs, the Browns are playing the Atlanta Falcons. May win by default.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised that they've won the first 2 games, and it's more or less been because the teams have been so bad.
Well, that's the one thing I was trying to get. I was trying to get the Chiefs first half too, because Andy Reid says the Chiefs are all going to play the first half.
The first half of the last preseason game?
No, this one. Yep.
This is the last one.
The
Chiefs
last
really
one.
shouldn't care about the preseason, but Andy Reid is quoted as saying he's going to play his starters for the entire first half. Has not seen what he has seen in the preseason. They need more work.
Yeah, we need more. Yeah, work their ass out.
I don't know about that. I mean, maybe.
Mahomes is lost for the year.
We play Rich?
Week 1, man.
I don't get any.
I know about week 1. I think you're talking about preseason. I was like, wait, what?
I don't get any first half numbers lines until there, but I would definitely take Kansas City first half. They're -4.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna clip this back and then I'm just gonna put it on Twitter.
Who are they playing?
Every Sunday.
Who's KC playing?
You're putting what on Twitter?
I'm gonna put you every time I'm on Sunday when I wake up. I'll put it on Twitter. It's gonna say I'm gonna take Kansas City first half. I'm gonna clip that for you, Fox.
Well, yeah, I know you would say that if it was Kansas City 400, it would be Kansas City first half. That's not changing the outcome by you saying it's Kansas City first half. Also interesting, like the number of preseason games that are on Friday. So got the Jets, Carolina, you got the Vikings. I mean, I definitely think they cover the 4. I mean, if you want to do the Chiefs and Ravens, what's that pay? Well, that's not bad.
Oh, there we go. Let's go. Hit my first race, baby. Let's go.
I was going to say, what are we ringing the bell for? Are we ringing the bell for your own
Horse
personal
racing.
Horse.
Oh, dude, I got to ring that thing out. Jump shot. I thought it was. I'm just, I'm talking to Jump Shot. He's on that. I got to get some back. Get back. So we get the Seattle first 5 coming out, right?
Yeah, we got the Seattle first 5. We got the Yankees in play right now. We got out of the first inning with no runs. Pirates are up 11-7.
Where's Jump Shot at?
I don't think I gave him a link. No,
ready.
did I give him a link?
He's
I
ready.
think I did give him a link.
He's
Is he
ready.
ready?
When you are. Yeah.
All right. Okay, one second.
I don't know how to get your attention about those type of things, but yeah, we're good. Let's go.
All right. One
We
second.
got a lot of stuff going. We got fights. We got boxing.
Yeah, we're gonna get jump shot here.
Rich, what's on the menu tonight? What are you sneaking over there?
Apparently, that other dog is on the menu, and Milo and them have been humping for 3 hours.
Just a salad, man. Salad, grilled chicken.
Salad, steak salad.
Well, that's kind of what is on Milo's menus as well. Just a salad. Just a salad.
I had chicken on the grill. I went out to get it. Fucking grill went out. I had no propane. Ran out of gas. So I had to fire up the smoker. Moved the chicken over to the smoker. So we had a little extended cook on the smoker tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to give one play. I looked at that Seattle game. I'm going to go under 35. Like I said, I think the score is 16-10. Be careful. Oh. Do we put the faith in Kyle Laleta again?
I do have some. I've got some KBO as well.
Oh, cool. All right. The Rangers scored. It's 9-6. Pirates are up again. Cardinals got no runs. Dodgers got a man on second. What are we getting on the Padres? Are we getting in 3.5 yet?
I'm seeing 3.5, but it's off the board right now. So I'll probably pop back up.
I sent you the link.
Probably pop back up once the inning. Whatever. Oh yeah, there we go. I've got Padres plus 3.5 plus 105. That's what I'm seeing right now.
Corey Seager double 3-0.
I was gonna say, do they have Dodgers have guys on or what?
Yeah, they had a runner on second. Now you're getting 3.5 at 105.
Yeah, not touch. I'm not touching it.
Yeah, I'd leave it alone.
Sure, I'm not touching it.
I know you're gonna take the plus 3.5. Then you're gonna take the over, and then you're gonna come back in a couple innings and take the under.
As long as there's a window, that's all you need.
Jesus, Scherzer has 3 strikeouts in the first 2 innings.
Mr. Jump Shot Jordan, we're ready for some MMA action. I've got 2 new books, spring spanking new. What are they actually going to actually have? Will they let me parlay? Will they let me throw some fight goes the distance type stuff? Ends there, or will it be a pick a winner? Let's find out. Let's see. Today, what do we have? Barboza, Chiquitze, right? And PFL on Friday, right?
Yep. And we got Jake Paul versus T. Wood on Sunday, boxing.
So, I mean, I this USC card to me is little to be desired. Was there a lot of guys that just got called up for these fights?
3 of the fights are the Ultimate Fighter fights from this year's Ultimate Fighter. The season of the Ultimate Fighter.
Okay.
So,
I only showed
like 5
fights for the whole card.
Oh, no, there's more than that. There's like 12.
I have Edison Barboza versus Giga, which is the main event, right? That's a 5-round fight.
Yep.
We got Kevin Lee versus Daniel Rodriguez.
Yep.
Aaron Stewart versus Dustin Jacoby. Pat Sabatini versus Jamal Emmers, who I couldn't tell you who either of those are. Cam Alvey, I've heard of, versus Wellington Turman. And then Gerald Mearshot for Mahmoud Murdoff.
Yep, those are there, and there's a few more too.
Are they just not listed because they were just recently added? Or
no, they've been there the whole time. Yeah, they've always been there for a couple weeks now.
Right. All right, so lay it on us. What do you got? What should we be betting? Yankees scored.
All right, so I dug pretty deep into some tape study last night, and this Andre Petrovsky, he's like a minus 590 favorite. I don't see it. I'm going to take the dog by decision by plus 650. And, yeah, I mean, Petrovsky's an inside the distance guy or pass. I mean, he's going to sub you on the first or second round, or he's going to gas hard. He has really good takedowns, but this other guy that he's fighting is bigger than him, taller than him, has better kicks, better striking. So I think he could tap him up to a 3-round decision. Plus 650, little sprinkle.
What's the dog straight up?
Plus 400 or something like that.
Plus 6.
So here's you're taking a dog fight. You're taking a dog fight.
Maybe it's plus 350. It depends on the book.
Speaking of, like, if it's plus 400, I would just take the dog. I know you're taking the extra plus 200, but I don't know. To me, you're putting some risk on the fact that he may not win by decision.
For sure. It's not a full unit play. It's only the sprinkle. It's a 0.20 play, like fifth of a unit.
Okay. Well, if the other one's playing 400, I'll just take the dog.
Well, let's check what he has. Plus 375 at Bet Rivers. FanDuel is plus 410. And see what BetMGM has.
Yeah, those are good enough numbers for me to take the dog. I get issues when I'm taking a dog in a particular outcome because I'm throwing risk on. There's risk already taking the dog. Now I'm saying the dog has to finish in these finite version for me to get paid.
For sure. Yeah, I could see that, but I'm just trying to get the.
I'd rather just take the dog, live with the dog, and then say, okay. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea. I'm just trying to get a huge dog score for like really low amount, and like a fifth of a unit. This is nothing.
So for everybody there, we're taking Michael Gilmore.
I'm taking a by decision plus 650 for 0.20 units as my official sprinkle.
Okay.
But
then are you taking the over 1.5 at plus money right now?
I lean that way, but I'm not going to take it. No. It's plus money, really? I don't have
20.
Those plus 220, you said?
Plus 120.
Oh.
I mean, to me, it's almost a hedge. Just as long as your guy lasts a round and a half.
Well, here's fight starts round 2, minus 125 on FanDuel.
I'm looking at plus 120 right in front of me. So, who do you like in the main guy?
Oh, that's in Giga.
I mean, I know everyone just says take the under.
Under, yeah. Well, I mean, I think this the over/under is lined wrong right away. I think this should be a 2.5, 3.5 total, and they got it at 4.5. So now it's kind of making me take fight doesn't go to decision at minus 145, minus 150. Before I was like over 1.5 at maybe like a minus 160-ish, but that's not going to happen.
So I took your Gilmore guy.
The big thing is
under 4.5. 15 wins, 109.
Under 4.5 in the main event.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you're one of those guys that take the under 4.5. I always take fight doesn't go to decision. That's that little part right there. I
don't normally have that.
I hear you.
I can't parlay that. I can take that straight, but I can't parlay it.
Gotcha.
I would rather take fight doesn't go to decision because, I'm missing out in 2.5 minutes.
That guy last week would have cashed. That Jigalab or whatever his name is, Kakramanov.
Yeah.
That was the last 2.5 minutes.
Yes, that was. But most of the time you get – but again, it's kind of what I've said. So you have your undercard. Those fights tended to have a chance to go under because the guys don't have as much of a chin. They can't take the punching power. They do stupid things in the third round. Then you get to that main card. Normally when you get to the third round, most of those never finish.
Oh, the main events?
Yes.
Or you mean like the main card?
the main card. Most of those never like finish from the third round. Like if you have 2.5, normally you get to the third round. There's normally no third round TKO because for the most part, those guys are smart enough, have enough experience to not get caught. And to realize if I'm winning,
depends.
all I got to do is just kind of jab and move, jab and move, jab and move, run around.
Right.
Yeah.
But this guy, Makhmudmuradov, he's 2 UFC fights, 2 third-round finishes. Brutal fashion, too, by the way. That leads me to my best bet here. They got that set at 1.5, that Muradov-Mearshart fight. They got it set at 1.5 because Mearshart just got demolished by Khamzat Chimaev in the first 30 seconds. Walked him down, right hand, bam, dropped him over. Makhmudmuradov, this is the first fight for Muradov where he's had a full camp. The past 2 were short notice. So, I mean, that could be a reason why I could go under. But I got fight completes 1 round at minus 210, 4 units to win, or maybe it's minus 205. 4 units to win like 1.95, something like that. And, yeah, he usually takes like a round or 2 to get into it. He always goes to the body shots, nothing big, crazy till the 3rd round. So, and Jeremy Mearshart's a veteran. So he's going to try to get in his face and grapple. That's his only way to win. If you like the dog there, the only way he wins that fight is by submission, plus 650.
For Mearshart, yeah.
The only way. I think 24 of his 30 wins have come by submission. So.
All right, so over 1.5, I'll take that. I'll take that with the under there and the over 1.5 again. All right, we'll do that real quick.
Fight completes 1 round, not the over 1.5. But if you want the over 1.5, I don't mind it, but a little bit of a difference there.
Yep, I agree. It's 2.5 minutes.
Yep. Let me see what other plays are. Dog of the Night's D-Rod. Kevin Lee coming off 2 knee surgeries and hasn't fought in a year. Coming up a weight class. D-Rod's on. He's hot right now. I think he's won like maybe his last 6 fights, if you don't count the Dalby fight, which he got robbed in. And you're getting plus money on him too, plus 125 on a guy that's naturally bigger.
Yeah,
I'll take that all day. Kevin Lee has to take this guy down and out grapple him. That's the only way Kevin Lee wins. And it's probably going to be by submission if he wins. I think D-Rod could cruise to a decision or knock him out.
I remember this guy. Okay.
And Edson Barboza KO too, by the way.
What do you have in the you have Barboza?
Yeah, I'm on Barboza money line, minus 115. That's a personal play, not going on the official record. And Edson Barboza KO, plus 260.
All right.
I watched a couple more of Giga Chikadze's UFC fights yesterday, and 7 minutes into the Jamal Emmers fight, he's huffing and puffing, starting to gas. And then start of the 3rd round versus Brandon Davis, he starts to gas. If you're starting to gas versus guys like that who aren't going to push the pace like Edson Barboza, and the other thing is, you're not Giga Chikadze anymore after Edson Barboza destroys your calves with 5 leg kicks. He's going to do that in the first 3 minutes. So I think the over-under is 5 calf kicks for Edson Barboza in the first 60 seconds. And I'm going to take the over there. I think he's going to destroy him. This isn't even going to be close. If you're going to take Giga Chikadze, you're going to want to take him.
That's giving you the calf kicks props?
But your Bovada has it. Bovada's got all the weird takedown props and all that kind of weird stuff.
What's your take on Jericho and Alcazan?
Alhassan's pre-rape case, Alhassan's a murderer. Post, he's not the same. I mean, he got exonerated, but facts are facts. He's not the same guy. He's moved up a weight class and looks fatter, doesn't look in shape. If he loses this fight, he's out of the UFC. DeChirico coming off the biggest one of his career against Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley's a bigger, badder Abdulrazak Hassan. Head kicked him cold out first round.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
I think DeChirico, if he's smart, he would ground him out. He would start to grapple Abdulrazak Hassan and maybe win a grounded pound or a decision. But I can't really put my finger on what he's going to do. So I just got him in a parlay. I love it.
Demopoulos and Aldridge.
Nothing there. I mean, Aldridge, there's no women's fight I could think of that's not Amanda Nunes or Valentina that should be minus 450, minus 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
Guido and Mana?
I don't think I've seen Mana fight. I know Guido's like 36, 37. He's a grappler. So if he's going to win, he's going to grapple himself to a decision. Mana's a inside the distance KO guy, first or second round. So nothing much on that one either.
Battle and Urbina? I don't know any of this.
That's the Ultimate Fighter fight. I haven't looked at any of the Ultimate Fighter stuff.
Okay.
Except Petrovsky. I did look at Petrovsky.
The Ultimate Fighters because they had all those ones cancel?
The main event of the Ultimate Fighter, the Urbina fight, is that the one you just said? Urbina versus Battle?
Yep.
The Battle's opponent, that was supposed to be the finals of the Ultimate Fighter, but he pulled out. So this is a late replacement. Urbina is.
All right. Padres got a runner on second. Indians
0-2 count.
Insurance run. The Mets are trying to make this very interesting. Need the Giants to hold on here. And Java's back. All right. How about Tercios and Holland? Heeland?
Oh, that's another Ultimate Fighter fight.
Okay. I know you had something on Jacoby.
When the line first came out, I was on Darren Stewart plus 160, but then I looked more into it, and I don't want it. I just don't want the dog plus 160. I can't.
Anything.
Dustin Jacoby's not good. I mean, he's a glory kickboxer. He got out grappled by Ion Cutelaba for the first round. I got 10-8'd. Then the following 2 rounds, he beat Cutelaba and it went to a draw. Is Darren Stewart as good as Cutelaba? No. Do I think he's going to KO him? No. I think his fight's going to go to a decision. So I'd lean over.
Okay. Because I see that minus 175, so you lean me over. All right. And Sabatini and Emmers?
Oh, Ember Sabatini? Sabatini was a really boring fighter in his last fight. He just straight grappled him. And Emmers is the guy that fought Giga Chikadze. He did pretty well against Chikadze. I thought he won the fight. I mean, I thought he won round 2 and 3. Is Gerardo in the chat? Let's see what he's got. Nope. Okay. I thought he won round 2 and 3. Out grappled Chikadze. But I mean, Sabatini's the complete opposite of Chikadze. He's a grappler too. So I'd say fight goes to decision. Pass on the side. Maybe fight goes to decision.
What about Alvey and Turman? Alvey to me is a real boring fighter.
Yeah, I mean, Alvey, other known as Mr. Check Right Hook. That's the only thing this guy has, literally. Wellington Turman coming off getting brutally KO'd like 3 months ago. Both these guys suck. Pass.
What do we got in PFL?
Shoeface, Antonio Carlos Jr. I got it. I posted it in the MMA picks. I took Antonio Carlos Jr. to win the light heavyweight tournament plus 275, and this is the semifinals tomorrow. So if he wins tomorrow, he's going to the finals. We'll have a good hedging opportunity, I think. And I think the other fights are like Bubba Jenkins versus somebody, but I haven't really looked at PFL too much lately.
Yeah, you said you didn't look at that, so I wasn't going to call on that. So
let me look at it a little bit.
Shoeface.
Cesar Ferreira, he's juiced to the gills now because he's not in the UFC. They don't test for steroids in PFL. He's juiced to the gills. Shayman Moraes is minus 190. He shouldn't be minus 190 versus anybody. He's overrated.
Moraes is in PFL?
Shayman Moraes, the guy that got decimated by Andre Touchy-Feely.
Okay.
Chris Camozzi was a former glory kickboxer. I don't know who Corey Hendricks is. Bobby the Wolfman Moffitt was a plus 145 favorite against Jason Knight. That's going to be a great scrap. Jason Knight was the guy that fought Artem Lobov in BKFC in like one of their greatest fights in the BKFC era. He's a scrapper. Bobby the Wolfman Moffitt has some good combos, good head kicks. But now that he's a favorite, I mean, I don't want him now. He's a favorite. He was plus 145, plus 160-ish dog.
Yeah, it changed. Yeah. What's the line?
Bubba Jenkins, Jacob Kilburn. Oh, Brandon Jenkins, Jacob Kilburn. I'll have to look into that fight tonight because I watched Jacob Kilburn fight our boy Austin Lingo last week.
Yeah, we made good money with Lingo. That was a good call by you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he was losing until that fella broke his leg in the third round.
We take it whatever we can.
Looking for 3 in a row, though. We got 2 in a row.
Yep.
Winning weekends. So coming off the biggest weekend, 5.2 units for me. And then Sunday, Jake Paul, 15 years younger than him, taller, weighs more, has more to lose. T. Wood's probably going to take the money and, just drop.
I mean,
yeah, if you like T. Wood, you better have him in the first 2 rounds.
You almost wonder the fix is in where Jake Paul's just automatically going to win. He's won every time.
Yes.
The money's being handed off screen. We'll put on a show and.
Well, they made a bet. They made a bet already. If
they're gonna get a tattoo.
Yeah, whoever loses has to get a tattoo. If you don't want to get the tattoo, you have to pay to a charity or something like that. So I mean, there's some stakes involved in this, but
yeah.
And then there's some stuff that came out today. Jake Paul's guys were like talking about T. Wood's mama or something like that. I don't know. I gotta look into it more.
The Pirates win 11-7.
What a comeback!
Yep, they were down 7-3. That's just terrible. Yankees get another run. It's 3 runs, runner on second. What do we got live there?
But I think the biggest landmine of the UFC is probably Petrosky. If he doesn't get it inside the distance in the first or second round, he's done. Minus 500 favorite. Ridiculous.
See, but that's why I could say I could take the dog, I could take over 1.5, and then I could take Petrosky round 1.
Yeah, there you go.
Then my only risk is essentially 2.5 minutes around 2.
Just don't get caught taking the sub. I see the sub at Bet Rivers is like minus 130. And
yeah, I don't ever take just the sub. I take the KO, TKO, or sub, which means basically anything that can knock the guy out.
Inside the distance. Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like some people are going to be taking that sub at minus money. I don't see that. You only do that with like Rodolfo Vieira and like jiu-jitsu black belts that like only do that. He could like pound you out too. So, I mean, he's the wider guy, but.
So here's the question, Rich. So do you have all your bets in for MMA?
No, Rich only bets on Kai Kara France.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you. It's 2 winning weeks. This is when you come off the schneid.
2 in a row.
All right, now hold on. I did catch a couple of those. I caught the okay, let's see here. Makamud Miradov versus Gerald Meerschaert. I caught the over 1.5 rounds. I took that.
Good job.
And I took see, this is a guy that I know. I know Kevin, what is it? DTP Lee? I don't know.
The Motown Phenom.
Yep.
The Motown Phenom. I took Daniel Rodriguez, plus 125.
Good job. Oh, I know D's already got the plays. I know the chat's got. Gerardo's got.
That's a triple D. You saw that. I know.
Petroka, he's got Petrokas by KO and inside the distance.
And most importantly, we have the San Francisco Giants have completed the 3-game sweep of the New York Mets.
Oh yeah, they won 3-2. Yep, good. Ring that bell. Sir. Ring that bell. We need to get a couple wins for tonight because the Dodgers are really trying our times. So they got a runner on third now with 1 out.
I've yet to lose a fucking game tonight. I'm 5-0 right now.
He's hot.
Did really well. I saw Twatty basically had the same exact plays.
Yeah.
Dodgers
Yeah,
-1. I mean,
You guys
that's
both
a
saw the
solid
same
play.
things, which was good. Yeah.
I don't. Dodgers and Padres. I rarely bet on. Padres games. I did not have a play on that game. I think the Padres win, to be honest, but I just don't ever.
4-0.
Yeah,
I just
buddy.
don't ever see. I don't ever see what everybody else sees with the Padres. Like I'm always wrong on their games, one way or the other.
Well,
No Hosmer or not either.
I mean, they're playing the Dodgers. I mean, you got to understand it's the second best team in baseball. So it's like what I started with. I understand what my boy took in a $2,000 free bet, took the Dodgers money line, but it's that Padres is that like new kid on the block, ready to knock off the big bully of the block, and they might need more seasoning. D doesn't want to hear that, but that's the truth. And the issue is in baseball, you can do that for 1 year, but when that big bully has a $400 million plus payroll, your young, hot kids better be all world, because if not, we're just going to go ahead and buy so much depth that we're going to be a different team come playoff time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what has happened with the Dodgers or with the Padres this year. I mean, they've literally they've been very impressive at times, and now it feels like they've completely fallen off. So I don't know. I feel like the Padres are a team that is just they're very new to winning. They're very new to being where they are. You've got a Giants team and you've got a Dodgers team that is very familiar with being where they're at right now, and the Dodgers are kind of the Padres are kind of they're in new territory.
But like I said, in baseball, you can't do that, because as soon as you show that you're going to get close to the other team, the big team's just going to turn around and buy so many people that it's like, all right, you didn't win.
Well, and you've got the Dodgers, you've got the Padres, and you've got the Giants all in that same division, and I feel pretty bad because those are three very, very good teams all in that same division, and it's really tough right now. I mean, personally, I've been making a lot of money with the Braves. Braves have been cashing a lot of tickets for me, team total overs, first fives, full games. Braves have been making me a lot of money recently. And same with the Brewers, Braves and Brewers, Braves and Brewers, Braves and Brewers, Braves and Brewers, every day, Braves and Brewers. And I mean, you're betting on those teams because they're playing inferior competition, right? But
that's what you want to do. You want to see there. I mean, we talked about you generally go against everybody who plays the Pirates. You go against everybody who plays the Cubs. That's the one thing. Ron Crawford's been giving me Cubs every day, and I've been looking at him going, can't take the Cubs. I just can't take the Cubs. I don't know. Granted, they actually did win. Now, granted, they won 1-1, so I'm not really sure which Cubs game he was giving. But I just can't take the Cubs. That team sucks. The only team you could literally say that team sucks that you can't take is the Diamondbacks, because they're playing out of their mind. Their second half is a lot better than their first half, and they don't have anybody.
Did they win tonight? Diamondbacks?
They're up 8-2.
Yeah, D-backs are winning.
Saw Zach Gallen had a pretty shitty record.
Yeah. So you have the Rangers. The Indians just ended it.
I think Zach Gallen was actually a spin rate guy. I think Zach Gallen was a guy that was using the sticky substance. So he was a guy you kind of target as someone who, if you look back at his numbers, probably like mid to the end of June, he probably started to fall off, and his numbers should correlate that.
You have, I guess it's like you ranked the Yankees twice. How many damn I did? You have some KBO plays, you said.
Yes, I do.
You want to put them in the chat so I can put them up on the screen so we can see them?
Yeah, I'll drop them in the chat here. Yeah, KBO has actually been doing pretty well.
I take them with NFL preseason games. KBO is too much crazy to sometimes pay the juice. Sorry, that's the only reason I do it. When you have anything that's decent juice, it's like, are we going first five? Or we going regular?
It's like he's going regular.
He never goes regular. D, you want to put our plays in the spreadsheet?
Yeah, I can right now. Hold up. Getting these horses in.
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard you say any horses. I haven't seen any horse bets.
You guys are talking
Bossy.
your futures, you know?
Jesus, the Yankees are fucking winning 6-0. That's not good, James.
And not for an under 8.5.
I've seen games that had 6 runs that ended up going under 9 this early.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
very often, no.
There's no doubt about that it can happen. All right, I got to switch.
Not often.
Not when you have two of these teams. What?
That game pushed last night, Rich. The Dodgers Padres game. The total.
Fucking hell.
That must have been nuts.
Pushed.
I watched the whole game too, man.
At like 3:30 a.m.
Yeah, I was up all night watching it.
Dude,
All right,
I was in
Gerardo,
bed before that damn. I was in bed before that damn game even started, so it wasn't that big a deal. But I woke up this morning, and I'm like, "Fuck me."
Through that whole game, I was like, "There's no way this game's going over."
D, I thought you said
it does.
I thought you said Australia A, race 2.
Race 1.
Race 1 posted at 7:30 p.m.
It's called Tar Heat.
What's New York money line there, Benjamin? Is that soccer? Is that the Red Bulls? That's.
He took the Yankees.
Oh, Yankees. All right. Yep.
The Yankees were a nice price. It was minus like 115 for the Yankees. Can't there? All right, I'll be
pre-game.
Yankees are plus 300. I'm not taking the damn Yankees.
Yeah, pre-game Yanks were like they were like minus 115. Was a good price on them. To be honest, if the price was worse, I would have taken the Yankees. Like if it was like minus 125 or minus 130, I'd be like, okay, I'll take the Yankees. It was just a suspiciously good number on them.
Yeah, Caprillian's pretty good at home. I didn't check his numbers, but I know he's been better at home.
Yeah, exactly. He's got some pretty decent numbers at home. I don't know, this fucking A's team, they can't hit. I don't know. They can't hit. This fucking Yankees team is on fire right now, and Tyone's been very good.
Can you post it in here? I can't post in the chat. What was that, Rich?
No, I'm just.
Well, hopefully they don't hit on the 30th against the Tigers. I'll be going to the game. I gotta see who's pitching.
Yankees. Just bitching about this Yankees game. Oh, okay. KC and Seattle. We've got bases loaded in the first inning.
Let's go.
So no Carlos Santana tonight either. KC.
I've got the over. Yeah, we took the first 5 over 4 there. Yeah, I mean, both those teams have kind of been hitting, and I like this. I like the Seattle team. I like the Seattle team. I like their hitters, and I mean, to be honest, Kansas City has been doing pretty well too. Kikuchi's been better. Like, he's been better this year, but I still think he can get touched.
What'd you do with my sandals? You don't do that. Where did Emily put the leash?
But yeah, Matt Max is going crazy right now.
Mad Max is the best pitcher in the world. Full bias on that. Full bias. It's Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, right next to each other on top. And hopefully JV comes back to Detroit next year too with Carlos Correa. Hopefully get a 2-for-1.
All right, Brad Keller just walked in a run.
Is that 1-0? 1-0?
That's 1-0. Yep.
All right.
Think you finally opened your towel?
So we're just gonna start adding other people that aren't in the Discord to our fantasy football, or are we just gonna roll with 10, or what are we gonna do there?
I think we want to roll with 12.
Yeah, I would much rather 12. So
How many do we have now? 10?
we have 9.
That's not good.
Oh, Fam just got called out on a strike. Doesn't look too happy.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, if we can get 12, that would be good. We've like another week or so, week and a half.
I don't know if Gerardo's in there, man. Come on, Gerardo. Fantasy football. I didn't play last year. My first year back. Last time I played fantasy football, I had Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. I think I went second to last in the league. Really shitty team.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, Rich, I saw you're up like 30 units, man. I thought beginning of the season, you were down like 3 units. Now you're up 30. It's crazy.
Yeah, the since the All-Star break has been very, very profitable.
Yeah, man, for sure.
It's been a lot of up and down, but yeah, since the All-Star break, it's been, I don't know. I've been going against everything that I've ever known in MLB because previously I've been like, oh, you only bet a couple games in MLB every day, and I feel like every day I like about 5 or 6 bets, and I only make 1 or 2, and most of the time it seems like I either go 1-1 or 2-1 or it's something like that. So I started just betting everything that I liked. So that's why the bets every day are like, every day it's like 7, 8, 9 bets, and a lot of times it's like 5-3, 6-2, stuff like that. So
Damn, you got the PlayStation show when I wasn't there.
You said you couldn't get it.
I know I couldn't get it. Doesn't mean I want it there. All right.
Yeah, those first 5 team totals look like they've been killing it. I wish I had those in my book. I probably do. I just haven't looked for them, really.
Yeah, I don't have those either.
if you can get the a lot of times you can get the 1.5s, I mean, shit. Dude, I could fucking, like, if I was up there, I could fucking score 2 runs in 5 innings. Like if I was up there swinging the bat.
All right, so what was that? KT minus 1.5. Samsung.
Yep.
Excuse me. That was a big burp. So we're going KT Wiz. I'll take this with the Broncos.
Oh, there's no early games tomorrow. What the heck?
It's Friday. There's never any early games.
Yeah.
Early games and what?
Baseball. I usually like having a 1 o'clock game.
You get to enjoy.
It's a full slate though tomorrow. Big slate.
You get to enjoy soccer.
Yeah, I'd rather not. Yeah.
Oh, come on. You and Rich you're on Rich's camp there?
Man, did you watch any Olympic women's soccer in the Olympics?
I did.
The USA versus Canada.
That was terrible.
I watched the first 10 minutes, and the girl was on the ground for 8 minutes. I was like, I'm not watching this. I'm done. That's it.
He was not on the ground for 8 minutes. I see you and Rich are those big exaggerators. I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah,
if Messi's playing or Ronaldo, maybe I might give it a shot, but pretty sure Benzema and all them.
Rich, only 3 plays there is the 4th. Okay.
Yeah, there's 4 there.
All right. I don't have the first 5s.
I'd rather watch competitive hula hooping.
Competitive what? All right. Give me a chance in this next race. What do we got, D?
Synchronized swimming.
Synchronized swimming?
Olympic sport.
Javi, you got to stay down here.
No, that's not the thing I want that either. There's horses. That stuff's tough, man. You guys are really good at it. So
I don't think I got any first 5s. It said first 5, but I don't actually have any first 5s. No, I don't. It said, do you want first 5? And I said, yes. They said, we really don't care. Let me look at something here.
Oh, it's Matt Harvey Day tomorrow. Yup.
Matt Harvey's been dealing.
He hasn't been too bad. I feel like he's been kind of lit up, though.
Almost had a no-hitter the last time out.
He's been better. He's been better as of late, yeah. Matt Harvey Day has not been as fun as it used to be.
The home run's given up 2-2, 1-1 past 4 games. Oh, here's the no-hitter game against Detroit. Is that what it was? July 30th? Okay. Yep.
All right, so you're taking Kia. Are we taking them with the +1.5, or are we taking them straight? Rich?
I've got Kia first 5 money line. If you can get the half, what are you getting on the first 5?
-115.
Yeah, I would take that. I don't have that yet. So I took the I think I took the 3-way. It's giving me +140.
Oh, I can't parlay first 5. That's what it is.
Man, we have to take that tonight. There's no way Baltimore wins 3 games in a row. Come on now. I'm surprised they won 2.
Unfortunately, the Athletics come back and score 2 runs.
Hey, so I'm taking an Emerald down. I'm taking the Lady Campbell.
All right, hold on.
Sure.
Let me get on that. Where are we going?
Emerald's down. Or Emerald down.
Emerald's
Race
down.
5. The 2 horse, Lady Campbell.
Where's Emerald's down? Oh, Emerald's down. That's it. Win place show. What's she paying? In this new site, I can't see any things what they're playing.
Right now on mine, it's 5-1.
Okay. It's not going to be much of a payout. Java! Come here, Java! Good boy.
Otani versus Tatis tomorrow. That'd be a good game.
Otani's not pitching though, right?
No, he's batting. Packy Naughton. That's who it says starting.
Oh my gosh, Packy Naughton, a fucking prospect.
25-year-old AAA. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not helping if he's whining up there.
Was he any good, Rich? You like him?
I mean,
He's only pitched 1 inning in the majors.
so the only thing I really know about him and that is that he was in almost every box of Bowman 2020 that I opened. So, that's about the only thing I know about him.
So hopefully he's good. Make them cards worth more. Hell yeah.
That's generally not a good sign. I'll just tell you that right now. All right, what were the 2 first 5s? We got Kia. Kia first 5.
And then you've got it posted there. Hanwha Kiwoom, first 5 under 4.5. Kia first 5.
Okay.
Now Logan Gilbert, I know, has been the same post All-Star break, but I know Chris Bubich is always a bet against for me. So that'd be a good over tomorrow. KC Seattle.
Yeah, Gilbert's been a kid that I've been betting on. I mean, initially when he came up, his first start was actually against the Indians. And, I mean, he didn't look that great. A lot of hard hit balls, a lot of contact. But, I mean, he's actually been a pretty decent pitcher. And his games have correlated with a lot of just, Mariners first 5s or full game plays. So he's generally a guy I'm looking to bet on. But now I'm looking more at you look both sides or whatever.
Right.
He hasn't played KC yet this year either.
I mean, this Mariners team in general is one that I like. They've been pretty decent since the All-Star break, and they've looked pretty good. A lot of times you can get some decent numbers on them, but then certain times they're shifting to where they're big favorites like -140, -150, -160, and I'm like, yeah.
All right, I'm going to stop you right here. I'm going to tell you to take the Padres plus 3.5 with 2 men on, no outs. Official play. -110 plus 3.5.
He's got to come out with this first half winner. Got -145 on him on the money line.
I'm down 4-0. I don't like their chances for the first 5 in the bottom of the 5th, but it could happen.
Well, I think both teams used their full bullpen yesterday, right? Like 8 innings or something.
I mean, they had to. I mean, that game went on forever.
They had Joe Musgrove batting for a second, I think, as a pinch bat.
Yeah, it went on to the 16th inning, which is really hard this day and age with the runner on second rule.
He's throwing him right down the middle. He's not even. Damn.
Come on, let's go. No outs. Padres got 2 men on.
Oh man, the horse just got hurt. What the hell is that?
Strikeout. Mad Max, number 9 on the night. So when does the college football start on Saturday? You guys going to be going on at a different time or something for Saturday?
What's up?
You guys going on at 7 or 7:30 on Saturday? Or earlier for college football or whatever?
I'm not sure yet. It's up to them, to be honest. We'll see what's popping.
For sure.
I'm not.
I mean, we've got Saturday is so we've got a 1 o'clock, a 2 o'clock, a 3:30, and we've got a 9:30 and a 10 o'clock game on Saturday. So it's a little. It's not a normal schedule that would be used to here. And actually, we covered all those Saturday games tonight.
Yeah, we got UFC. It's a fight night, and they still got it starting at 10 o'clock, the main card. I don't know why they should have them starting at 8 o'clock, but
Where are they at?
Vegas.
Okay.
And the Apex, yeah, small cage.
Yeah. No,
Oh, double play ball.
That's not what we want.
Got him.
Yep. End of the innings. San Diego gets no runs.
Dodgers first half, money line.
I just want to
don't bet against Mad Max. Mad Max is the flipping man.
I mean, when I looked at that game, it looked like one that it just looked like a game the Padres are going to win. And I mean, to be honest, they still could.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not a. I bet on Scherzer. I think every game that he's pitched with the Dodgers, but just it seemed like a spot where it might have been just a little bit too obvious, and maybe it was obvious for a reason.
Benjamin, I haven't even looked at it yet. I'll be honest with you. I don't generally look at it till it's there. I mean, you just had the Champions League on Tuesday, so as what was the draw today? I'll have to go and spend some time this weekend or next week and take a look at it. So, Rich, D, what happened to our horse?
That boy got smacked up. He fell. Bro, he was leading and then he broke his leg or something.
Dead. They had to shoot him.
Yeah, he got hurt.
They had to shoot him. He's a glue stick now.
Yes, I was going to say he went from first to glue.
Oh, yeah, he didn't even finish the race. My money back.
Yep. All right. Let me look at the tables of what we see. All right, so if you look at the original first draw, is that true? Damn. Group A is going to be nightmare. You got PSG, City, Leipzig, Club Brugge. All right, it's going to be everybody taking turns beating the crap out of Club Brugge. Group B is kind of interesting. Atletico, Liverpool, Porto, and AC Milan. AC Milan is not the same team. as they were previous year. I would basically see that as Atletico and Liverpool advancing. Porto probably finishing third. Second, Group C. Dortmund should get out of the group. Who's going to finish second? It might be the darling Ajax. Besiktas, Sporting Lisbon, they should be able to take care of. You got Group D, which is interesting. I mean, you got the darling Sheriff. They're going to get their ass kicked. Shakhtar, Real Madrid, and Inter. It's interesting. You had two qualifying groups all end up in the same group. That's kind of interesting. So Inter and Real Madrid should advance. Then you've got Bayern, Barcelona, Benfica, and Dynamo Kiev. It should be Barca and Bayern. I still think this Barcelona team's going to be all right. Don't think they'll win it, but I think they'll be all right. Lille, who's been off to a terrible start to the season. Sevilla, Salzburg, and Wolfsburg. That Group G sucks. I mean, I'd almost take Sevilla. I mean, that second team could be any team. I think Sevilla wins the group. Salzburg and, that's going to be a tough pick. Who comes out second? Then you have Villarreal, United, Atalanta, and the Young Boys. This should be United and Atalanta. They should win this. Villarreal will make it interesting. Then your interesting group, we're going to have Chelsea, Juventus, Malmo, and Zenit. There'll be Juventus and Chelsea advancing. I mean, I know I've got a lot of big guys advancing, but I think they will. Atalanta will be interesting. I mean, that team's going through some adjustments. I think the only dogs that you can probably get are going to be from Group G or Group C. All right, how'd our horse do?
Which one?
Didn't you give another one? Oh, no, that horse was glue. So what was the next horse that wasn't glue?
In Charlestown? Oh, he blew too.
Who?
You said Charlestown or where? Where are we at?
I don't know. Go wherever.
I hit a play show in the quarter horse to 18-1. That would have been good if he would have won. But we got Australian already went off.
That's the one thing I see, because I see sometimes you taking a 5-1. It's almost not even worth it to take the show. Just take the win place. You don't win your money back, or you do, and you're not winning anything. So it's hard to, especially if you're not betting anything on these.
Right.
That's what I was looking at. All right, so we're at 10:54. We're going to need a miracle to get this Yankees Athletics game. Dodgers are up 4. Diamondbacks are up 5. Royals, Mariners, 1-0 Mariners. That was kind of where my thought was that we talked about in the beginning of the show. I'll go back. We didn't have many official plays. Most of our official plays are into the future, so we'll write them all down. We'll get them on the spreadsheet, and we'll see what you have. Just to kind of go over it, we gave you some college football plays. We gave you Nebraska under as an official play for Saturday. I gave you we gave you nothing on Hawaii, UCLA, even though I do think UCLA wins the game. I gave you Miami plus 18.5. That was my official play. That was done. We gave you some Premier League plays. Give you a couple in the other divisions as well. Preseason football. Finishing this off, I like the Steelers plus 3.5 in the over. I like the Jets to win. I like Kansas City Chiefs first half, and I like the Broncos minus 8.5. I like the Bills, Ravens, and Titans. Well, I like the Titans plus 3. I also like the over in that game. I like the Broncos to cover the 8.5, and I like the Chargers under 35. We gave some other soccer plays, space KBO plays we have going on. Anything else I'm missing, guys?
Green Bay to win the division. Titans to win the division.
All right. So make sure you put those in the spreadsheet.
All right.
Green Bay division, some WNBA plays. We missed the minus 4.5. We missed the minus 6.5. We need some runs in the Seattle game to hit this over 4.
On the KBO side, we've got KT minus 1.5, Samsung money line, Kia first 5 money line, Hanwha Kiwoom first 5 under 4.5. On the college football side, you mentioned that we were giving the under in Nebraska and Illinois. I'm also giving Central Florida minus 6. I like that play, college football. I don't think I have any other college football that we agreed on.
No, not really. A lot of stuff we were waiting on lines for next Thursday. Yep. So, there. We also got the WNBA third quarter over, which did hit. And we got some of the live baseball. We've got the Padres plus 3.5, so we need them to get one more run. We need the Yankees and Athletics to go to complete shell shock zone and nobody to score for the rest of the game.
It could happen.
It could happen. It's still plausible. You're winning until you're losing.
Exactly.
So we'll have some soccer plays, some other things we'll take a look at. Other than that, thanks everybody for joining us. We'll call it right here at 11 o'clock. What you guys, I'll get back to you tonight, and you can follow D in the Discord. We're running probably some horse plays probably for a while. Other than that, Jump Shot coming on, going through the MMA.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Yep. Thanks all.
Have a good night.
Talk to you later. Bye.